G'day there, I'm SnakeOfBacon, and this is Crash Bandicoot, which has just been re-released as part of Crash Bandicoot, the Insane collection. I don't have that. Maybe I will very soon. I'm excited for it. But for now, let's just play the original Crash Bandicoot. I'm stalling here, I'm waiting for the... There we go. Just waiting for the movie to play.
But Dr. Cortex, we have not determined the cause of past failures. Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex! But Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do. Failure again! Capture him! Uh-oh! Prepare the female Bandicoot.
And so that leads us back to where we start. Not here, we fell out of a window. We start here on Sanity Beach, face down in the sand. Oh, I can't really spoil it. Oh, you know what happens. Maybe you don't. Here we are. We've fallen out of the window. We've washed up on the shores of Sanity Beach. And from here on out, we explore. We can't go left or right or left. We must just press forward. And that's how the game begins. I'm sorry, I should have bounced on those. Oh, what a rubbish start. Okay. Well, the first death had to happen at some point. Let's do this properly from here on out. So, Crash Bandicoot. Possibly the first video game I ever played. I was very young at the time. I was only 3 or 4 years old. 3? Yeah. I think. I was 3 years old when I first played Crash Bandicoot. And, what a first game to play.
What have I got?
It was the first, or one of the first, of the 3D platformers. Came out around the same time as Super Mario 64. And both things addressed the whole platformer thing quite differently. Super Mario 64 was all about big, flat, not so much flat, big areas to explore and return to and find more to do. Whereas Crash Bandicoot is a linear platformer, like the older ones. Like older 2D platformers, but you know, a tube instead. Maybe I should have a script. I can't have a script while I play. Anyway, the first level. We counted our first turtles. We find that we can bounce on them as well as spin them. This will prove useful later on. Perhaps. These Wumpa fruit, or apples, to anyone who didn't read the manual, are, I don't know, you know, the whole standard thing. Mario gets 100 coins, he gets an extra life. Crash Bandicoot gets 100 fruit, he gets an extra life. We're presented with our first choice in the game, left or right. You could go right, but then you're presented with this. What is it? A switch? Oh no. If you come over here with 3 masks, you can do this easily. Otherwise, you'd have to jump on each box. I do it very carefully, and I've done it wrong, but that's alright. Let's move on. I don't even know what this video is yet. Am I doing like a walkthrough commentary of the game? I don't think I need to explain it. I'm not really qualified to do so. Oh well. Now we see, we did great. We didn't die, but we missed 6 boxes. The game's pretty punishing in that regard. Future Crash Bandicoot games were nowhere near as tough on you. Be interested to see how that's changed for the Insane Collection. I don't think the requirement to not die will be there. You know, for getting all the boxes in level. Not sure. We'll see. Someone probably already know. I'm sure people already know. It came out 2 days ago, didn't it? Our first TNT. Bounce. Wait. Alright. 3 Aku Aku, or Witch Doctor masks, and we do this. Perhaps for those of you who didn't read the manual, it was just called Ooga Booga to you your whole life. It's our first ticket to some sort of bonus place. I don't know. And we're on a roll. I think I've got to change commentary style so I don't know what I'm talking about at the moment. Right. There's a little green thing. We can't ride it now. We must come back with a green gem. We won't! We won't come back with a green gem. I just want to, in this video, do like a one-shot whole thing, the whole game, from the start to beating Cortex. This isn't a 100% guide or anything. I'm just coming back, revisiting, re-exploring this, which is now, what, 21 years old? Still very pretty. The technology that went into making this game pretty is fascinating. The codes they wrote to, I don't know. Like, there's a huge amount of polygons on screen for a PlayStation game, or polygons in levels, and it has to only render a certain part. That's why the camera doesn't move, except, you know. Now this. These aren't complete sentences. Okay, we've hit a save point. We're not going to save. You can write down this password if you want. Oh, this is a pretty full memory card. I didn't know I had so much Gran Turismo on here. Okay. There's your password. I don't need it. Let's go. Jungle Rollers. So named because there are these rolling things in the jungle. Why are they here? How do they keep rolling? This is a perpetual motion machine, isn't it? Those crazy Incans, or whatever island civilization this is. This obviously isn't Incan, as it's apparently set on an island near Australia. It looks just beyond these rollers we see. There's another hole there. I'm sure many people have been caught out by that in the past. Me, though, this is not my first rodeo. I've been playing this most of my life. Bummer. It's alright. Our objective wasn't really to get all the boxes. But those are the ones that are up there anyway. I couldn't have gotten up high. Why am I pointing? You couldn't see. You can't get those 3 boxes until you have the green gem to float up. The Great Gate. The 3rd level. It was a bit delayed. It's alright. I'm sure the audio and video sync properly. I just had a slow reaction. The Great Gate. What's so great about it? Well, it's great in size. This is a really huge gate. Unless I'm a really small bandicoot. I suppose I must be if that's a turtle. Well, it's a big turtle. Tortoise, actually. It's not a turtle. Right. Shoo the monkey away. They're usually a lot more annoying to deal with, but we have one of these. Ah, the spinny section. Yeah. I love the soundtrack of this game. And the other Crash Bandicoots. 3 great soundtracks by... Oh, what's the name's lost me. The company's Mitado Musica, but as far as I know, all of the music was from Josh Mansell. And I'm quite upset to hear that in the Sane Trilogy, Activision didn't even contact Josh Mansell or anyone at Mitado Musica at all. You know, they could have asked them, and they could have gotten all of the uncompressed, the uncompressed MIDIs for the songs, or even rendered them with different instruments or higher quality or whatever. Josh Mansell's previously uploaded to SoundCloud quite a few. It's always fun being between 2 of those. Quite a few of these soundtracks to these games before they were compressed for the PlayStation. I think that was really risky. Wow, what was it? It was the theme from the Entropy boss fight in Crash Bandicoot 3. I And that sounded really good. Anyway, they didn't even contact him. They could have asked Josh Mansell for the music, but they've decided, nope, we'll just make our own with our keyboards and our interns with GarageBand. I haven't heard much of it yet. I was a bit worried about what I have heard so far. It seems to be very different to the original. We'll see. But yeah, how could you do something like that? Those 8 boxes obviously were beyond the finish line. The ones I'd have to go over the yellow gems to get. You know, if you've seen my Crash Bandicoot movie, which was a strange little thing, not so much a movie, just a really edited playthrough. Played the same as this, on a PS2. Yeah, the PS1 I showed in my intro is broken, all of my PS1s are broken. With a PS2, with a digital controller, this white one I'm using. It was 5 years ago I did that, or was it 4? No, I can't remember. I think 5, and then I re-uploaded it later because I noticed a mistake in it. And there's still another mistake here, but that's alright, we have this instead. A lot of people click on my Crash Bandicoot movie because it turns out a lot of people, at least according to my analytics, search for Crash Bandicoot movies. And since there isn't one, really, you get my playthrough movie. Okay, we're being chased by a boulder. I still haven't played Uncharted 4, but people keep spoiling it for me, only little bits. And I hear that this is the Crash Bandicoot level that was included as part of that. I think it was. Anyway, I don't know. Right, now I'm spoiling Uncharted 4 for more people. I really want to play that. Oh dear, I'm getting flattened. One thing this game was highly noted for at the time of its release was the multitudinous ways in which Crash Bandicoot can die. I mean, sure, the you know, spin around, knockout in a black screen animation is used for a lot of enemies, but there's so many other ways. Being flattened, burnt to a crisp, electrocuted, and such. A bit morbid, but very entertaining. And the sequels took it way further. Hello. I also like that they included how, when he's running, his face is all very worried. All these little details in the animation. Because it was, of course, I don't know if you do know, if you don't know, you've probably heard all this stuff. I'm just recycling all the information, reciting, I suppose. Reciting, but bleh. Stop using so many words, Snake.
What have I got?
Just saying everything I know. Okay, 2. That was a bit short.
What have I got?
Right, it used, what was it? Vertex-based animation instead of skeletal, so you can have more detailed, more cartoonish movement. I'm not paying enough attention, clearly. Upstream, we go. Was this Upstream? I think this was Upstream. I didn't even look at the level name. From what I remember it was. Timed platforms, a staple of platformers, but this time they're in 3D. The water's quite impressive too. Especially for, this is a 1996 game, and I know it's just a flat texture, but it really does give the illusion of you know, shallow, wavy river. Very impressive. And what I was saying before in that incomplete, muddled sentence about foliage, all of the little plants and textures are here, and strategically placed. They must have gone to a huge amount of you know, fussing and detailing at the time to get it just right. But every mushroom, every fern is only there to hide the edges of the level, so you can't see that outside it really is just a completely empty tube. But they really do work to give them a sense of depth, and there's never any pop-in because the camera is so controlled. It's on a rail moving.
What have I got?
Right. Plant that bites even when there's no food. You'd think its jaws would get tired, but no. There's another little gem path. We won't go there because we don't have the gems. Hop off smash. Oh, I should have taken that. Sure, we'll go back and do the bonus, even though I'm not going to save or use any passwords. One, two, 3. Oh. 3. Smash 1. 3, 4. What's here? The bonuses are fine now, but later bonus levels just get ridiculously difficult. Especially the Cortex and Nitrus Brio ones. They get absurd. I don't know if I've ever even passed a Cortex one in my life. I'd get up to them and go, no, can't do that. Let's continue. Upstream. Naughty Dog would later revisit my throat. This Upstream thing with... No, the level from Uncharted Drake's Fortune, was it heading upriver or was it heading upstream? I think it was heading upriver. It was a great fun jet ski level. Probably more similar to parts of Crash Bandicoot 2 that had that rocket board ski thing. I don't know. Naughty Dog. Make good games. Papu Papu, the first boss. And probably one of the easiest bosses you'll ever encounter in any game. What's he do? Reaches up, smacks down, and then he spins around in a circle. His belly jiggles. Jump on his head. Yeah, whatever. And repeat. Oops. Hey, I can make mistakes too. Very lousy. For some reason, just touching the stick is enough to harm you. Accidentally walked into his backside instead of jumping on him. Can't believe I died on Papu Papu. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh well, at least we get to hear the rest of the soundtrack. Why am I doing this so wrong? I guess I'm just not used to the digital controller. The D-pad's a bit stiffer than I'm used to. Oh dear. I thought I was reasonably okay at Crash Bandicoot. I mean, obviously not good enough to do some of the bonus levels, but I've still finished all the games. Never really did get a legitimate 100% in this one, but... still dying twice on Papu Papu. Oh well. And onto the head. There, all done. You can tell it's MIDI music because the last note was lengthened instead of just cutting off there. Because all the music in this game, you know how MIDIs work. You don't know how MIDIs work? Okay. MIDIs are just a series of notes on a sheet or a file that just tell a processor which note to play on which instrument. It's not actually a recorded sound wave. But it can be connected to boards of recorded sound waves. Anyway, that's how MIDIs work. More rollers. This is what's this one called? Rolling Stones. I forgot to look at them. How am I forgetting these things? I wasn't paying enough attention, clearly. I still am seriously concerned about this perpetual motion in the jungle. Why is nobody worried about this? Maybe that's why Cortex is here. He discovered these perpetual motion machines in the jungle and is using them to power his facility. I don't know. Oh! First embryo. Embryo makes more sense than Nitrus Brio. It's his full name, but it's just a bit odd saying Nitrus Brio all the time. It's a pun name, you know. Embryo, like an embryo, you know, with the cells gamete thing. Neo Cortex, Neo being new, and Cortex part of the brain. There's a new brain. Can't glean too much information from the names, I suppose. And Koala Kong's pretty obvious. He's a koala and he's King Kong. But hey, you haven't even seen Koala Kong yet in this video. Let's continue along.
What have I got?
Wooda Booger. It's not really Ooga Booga. What a waste. Anyway, bonus round. Is this one more difficult? Oh yes, there are lots of boxes in there. We don't actually have to break them all. It's not a requirement, you can just keep going. I do like these. It can be a bit awkward to get into though, for some reason. Oh, whatever. Thanks, Torna. Away we go. Rolling Stones, yes. Because no moss grows on a rolling stone. Or the Rolling Stones, which are somehow still all alive. Look down there, it's a secret place. We can't get there, if we jump we'll die. And we need to take the blue gem to get there, which we don't have. Cross, very good. 2 out of 3. The third one must have been somewhere else. Oh well, we won't get to see it this time. Hog Wild! Oh, I do love this one. Those suggestive eyebrows means Crash only has one thing on his mind, which would be, let's ride this pig. Wouldn't that be a dangerous thing to do? And I did actually see that box pop in, so the game's completely avoidable. Oh well. Clever too that they used crates to fill in parts of levels that would have otherwise boring, since obviously a cube is the second simplest 3D shape you can have. And they could have been really cheap and have, you know, Crash Bandicoot and the many tetrahedrons that he breaks. Oh dear. I love the look Crash gives when he's about to hop on this pig. Come on! You won't believe me. I'm doing... That's not what I say. You know, lift his eyebrows as if to say, you know, bet you wouldn't think I'd... Actually, you know what, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I was trying to say, but I can't. It's a bit much to try and focus on riding this pig. Hog. And I'm not going to get all the boxes, because I died in the middle, which is no fun. Thankfully, I still remember the secret so everything went when... Yeah, everything went in this level. Under one spit roast, and over the next. Let's turn the right, and there you're in. And where did the hog go? No idea. Unless it went back with him and somehow on his trek from here to here, he ate it. He has to get sustenance from something, though I suppose being a bandicoot, they're herbivores, I imagine, so he just eats the fruit. Alright, Native Fortress. It's like the Great Wall, only so... not Great Wall, the Great Gate, only so much greater. Really makes you wonder why they called that one the Great Gate and not this one. Although this one isn't really a gate. It's just... come on. It's just a really big native fortress.
What have I got?
Which must look huge from far away, but we never get any big sweeping cap. Oh, what's that? See that through there? That is the second or third island with that big tree. Interesting. I think it is. I've seen that big tree in other places, but... think it's the second island, I'm not sure. It's very interesting how you can see some of the islands in the background. Ah, that's a cool touch. Alright, now this horrible roller section. It's not horrible, it's a fun, interesting idea, but if you get it wrong, it can be very repetitive. This is the easy part, it gets much worse. Oh dear. There we go. It's just 3, I think the last part has 5 or 6 rollers? Don't want to be toasted now. Use turtles as jumping platforms, which is mostly useful in the bridge to know. It's only the billionth time that's happened to somebody. Alright. Probably not billionth. How many copies did this game sell? Several million, but I'm sure a lot of people have made that mistake. Alright. So Crash seems to have a pretty relaxed attitude on killing monkeys and the natives of this village. And I know, you know, survival of the fittest and all that, but is there really any need for that? Oh well. Let's not think about the ethics of killing in Naughty Dog games. Though by Uncharted it gets pretty ridiculous. Not so much in Jak and Daxter. I suppose you can justify that. But they're metalheads, we're allowed to kill them. But that's not really a good justification at all. I thought they were evil. But yeah. Dunno. See in Uncharted you are, oh really? Yeah. Killing a lot more people. This one it's mostly animals. I could say animals are people too, but they're not actually. The people are animals. So. But yeah, it's a bit odd that Nathan Drake hasn't been charged with what, 1,500 counts of manslaughter. I suppose no one ever found out. Or maybe he does. I haven't played 4 after all. Ah, yippee, a bonus. What'll it be? Oh, that's nice of them. 29 life, that's quite a lot. 18% of the way through already. I remember one time, I think last year or the year before, I don't know, was bored and hadn't played the original Crash Bandicoot for a long time. And thought I'd give it a go, and got about halfway through the game, which gave me the idea of doing a video like this at some point. It was before the Insane Collection was announced. Yeah, by the time I was on the second island, you know, somewhere in the middle, I'd already amassed something like 65 lives. It got a bit ridiculous. Though you really do need them for Slippery Road. And some of the other third island levels. They really do eat all the lives. That's probably one of the only times you'll see a loose Aku Aku there. Like, pretty rare in the series. Maybe a couple more in this game. Ah! That's the other cool thing about this level. You can go behind the level. Go behind the fence. That's such a cool thing. Have to jump back in on these other flat parts. Right. About these turtles, which are sort of clipping through each other. That's fine. 1, 2, no more flat bits. Alright. Monkey. Go. We showed him who's the big kahuna around these parts. Looking left and right, very slyly. One, two. This is a really massive structure, quite an advanced civilization. I mean, not only do they have, obviously, perpetual motion machines, but also these massive and very elaborate spiked death traps, you know, self-lighting fires, that are, you know, timed self-lighting fires. If you actually think about if this level was actually a real construction, it makes absolutely no sense at all why, you know, unless this is some sort of initiation ritual that all the villagers must, you know, run through this gauntlet. 'Cause otherwise it makes no sense. Why are the houses up this high? Why is there a... I don't know. Oh, I forgot you cannot stand off that edge or you'll be toasted. Well, there we go. Let's try that again properly. One, two. Good use of stereo audio. Well, I mean, it's the main use of stereo audio to differentiate sounds on your left and right, but it's nice how you can tell from how left or right something is, how far away it is. I suppose it's a very standard thing of games, but it's only really in the 32-bit era that it's got to be so. 4 extra lives, thank you, I didn't really need them, but that's fine, I'll need them later. We could bounce on all these boxes to our right, there's no real need to, but I think we will. And yes, we hit the one in the middle, how very nice. Okay, and there's some lumber to our left. It's not necessary, let's just take it. Well, I thought that last roller section would be a lot worse, but it's not, and now there's no more rollers in the whole game. From what I remember. Just other weird spinny trap things. And now look, we have somehow swam across to the second island. Why didn't we do that from the start? I don't know. We really, why, what was stopping us from just swimming across from here or here? I suppose there was dense jungle on that side, but we really could have just swam out the river. Oh well. Anyway, up the creek. It's like upstream, but, up a creek. And actually up a waterfall too, according to the map.
What have I got?
It's a bit big for a creek. I mean, there's a creek near my house. It's very small. This, I'd say, is a river. Although Crash Bandicoot's small. I don't know, could a human cross this in a single stride? Although, Crash Bandicoot next to those agents, and those agents are humans. They're not that much taller than Crash. Except they are in the cutscenes. Oh, I can't figure it out. It's a big creek, alright? A big creek with several waterfalls. They're really nice waterfalls. You can see there's a straight line there where river texture ends and waterfall starts. But still, incredible water. And then let's think, 5 years later we had Halo, and that had much, much more incredible water. Oh, and other games in between which had more incredible water. You know, dynamic water, like, what's it called? I knew that was the wrong timing. I was eaten by a plant. What was it? Thinking, I was going to say Hydro Thunder. I love Hydro Thunder, but no, that's not the right answer. Although it has pretty cool water too. But I'm thinking of N64 has water, your jet ski. It's not Jet Rider, it's another game I like. Well, I've only played a little bit of it, but I really like it. I'll have to do something with that. It's the game. Oh dear, this is going to be one of those. SnakeOfBacon tries to remember a word for a full minute, and then he does, and it's not really worth it. Let me think. There we There's 1080 snowboarding, and there was ooh, Switch. Not a Nintendo Switch. No, Switch jokes are going to get very old. It's just a word. Not every Switch has to. Yeah. Yeah, the Switch doesn't have many games for it yet. We're all still waiting on that Super Mario Odyssey. Is that what it was called? Mario Odyssey? Yeah. Just going through the words. It's not Mario Exodus, it must be Mario Odyssey. That's Abe that had an Odyssey and Exorcist. Exorcist. An Odyssey and an Exodus. Yeah. Abe and also Odysseus. And, you know. No, Odysseus was in the... Whatever. Homer's Odyssey, Homer's Iliad. They're free books. You can get them from the Gutenberg online library and read them with your e-reader. I got them, I just haven't read them yet because I'm still halfway through reading Don Quixote. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this. I was still trying to remember the name of that jet ski game by Nintendo on the Nintendo 64. What's it called? What's it called? Jet ski. Nintendo 64. Come on, come on. Splash... No, it's not Splashdown. Splashdown's pretty cool. Oh. Ripperoo. What is he? He's an insane blue kangaroo. With a long tongue. When he jumps in a pattern. I mean, he's literally a blue kangaroo, but I assume, species-wise, it's actually a red kangaroo. And, a good bit of Australian humour to have a red thing. It's blue. I don't know. He probably gets called redhead by his friends. Probably doesn't have friends, actually. He's kind of a nutcase. Yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to offend the mentally ill, but, no, Ripperoo is like, really dangerous and plays with explosives. And here's the thing. This is a really simple pattern. He's just jumping in a triangle. But my whole life, this has been a very confusing boss fight. I know, a couple of months ago I played it, just to make sure that I'd finally, you know, learned pattern recognition, but, I have a bloody hard time with this one. Even though it's not really hard. Okay, finally, the second pattern. What was it again? It's a diamond, isn't it? Yeah, okay. This one's a bit easier. Just get out of his way. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. What's she doing? This is not a hard level. People can do this in seconds, but I'm just terrible at this Ripperoo boss. When I was really young, I used to get my mum to do it, because I could just never figure it out, but obviously I'm good at it now, but come on. Okay. No other boss I have a problem with in the Crash Bandicoot series. They're all fine. Okay, all done. And that's the last we'll ever see of big TNTs. I think. It may have been appearing at some point much later, but... The Lost City. Ooh. Love this music. I mean, I'm interested to hear what it sounds like in the Insane collection, but yeah. Still, why didn't they just contact the original musician, get the original uncompressed music, and use that? Why did they have to go, you know, remake the music themselves without even crediting? Or maybe they did, you know, put his name in the credits, but without asking? Like, how did you do that? I mean, if I acquired the rights to The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, or the whole Dollars trilogy or something, I wouldn't just go and, you know, remake all of Sergio Leone's soundtracks in Fruity Loops because, you know, oh, they didn't sound very good in mono, so I thought I'd make my own again. Yeah, just use the same tunes and everything. I won't ask you, but I'll just use them. For the longest time I thought these bats were invincible, but you can spin them. They're just a little bit much. And they keep refilling. There's just an endless supply of bats somewhere up there. But they only go when that bat flaps and swings. If we think logically about some things in Crash Bandicoot, they actually make no sense at all. But it's a platformer. If platformers made sense. Besides those few fancy cinematic ones like Abe's Odyssey. This is one of the few parts where you can see the wall texture. It's a bunch of trees. I think it's sort of supposed to have some illusion of depth. Oh no, there's two layers there. There's a first wall and a second wall behind it of trees. But yeah, you can see why they have all those ferns to cover up that stuff, because it's obviously much prettier having ferns and things. Okay, here we have, not only is this civilization, or maybe it's a different civilization, this is the second island. I imagine, you know, like the Polynesians, their empire spans a few islands, it's not just several distinct groups, or distinct groups within one major big population. Whatever, what I was going to say is, now I think about it, not only have they discovered perpetual motion and rolling machines, or maybe there's just people on the other side rolling them back and forth, but they have floating platforms. They really are quite an advanced, worryingly advanced civilization. And this jumping lizard is quite dangerous, but not that bad. We have to get on top. Get on top over here. Wait, can we? Yes, yes we can. That's right. One, up to the left. No, we can't. What was the way to go on top? I think I just had to bounce off a crate to do that. Alright. Onto the magical floating platform. Have a checkpoint. And up we go again. Oh, and a switch on the left. Whoops. That's right, I forgot you get knocked off by that little bit there. Be careful not to stay still on that spot. Jump! Up, down. Alright, that set off something, I've forgotten what though. And we're all the way back down. Hold on. Wasn't there a wireframe box over this way? Oh, well, it's not safe to do backwards, is it? Not really. No, not really at all. Oh well. We won't worry about the switch then. I'm sure there was a safe way to do that backwards, but I've forgotten. This is a good timing-based one. Time-based one? A time-based thing. Okay. Oh! This guy thinks he's all tough because he's a red lizard with a horn on his nose. What's he gonna do now? I'll just jump on the spot. Won't do him any good. Don't know why when you bounce on things they just shrivel up and fold themselves into nothing. But, yeah, be quite a painful way to go, you'd think too. Just from being jumped on. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know, but these are cool platforms. They are somehow floating around an axis in the middle. Let him jump, then jump on him. Or her, I mean, usually... I don't know anything about horned lizards that stand on their back feet, but maybe it was the female of the species. No way of really knowing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 2 and 1, and off. Oh, okay. You shouldn't be allowed to do that, but you can. You can cheekily catch yourself back on the platform. Probably for the best. It'd be very tricky otherwise. Okay. Please come back, Horn, but thank you. There's this obelisk here for no particular reason, and several more obelisks. And there we see, that is definitely the third island, I can tell from its shape. That's our main goal. It's just cool that you can always see your main objective. That's where you have to go next. Well, that's where you have to go last. And now that we've killed the leader of the bats, will the bats keep going? I've forgotten. Oh yeah. Now we just don't have any indication of when they are coming. We just have to remember that it's every... Oh, there's another one there, but... 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. Now are there no bats? There's no bats. Another bonus! This one's probably going to be entirely made out of crates, isn't it? Yeah, they get very cratey after... Okay, this is just ridiculous. Whoa, dear. Oh. That is an extremely high-pitched noise. It just keeps getting higher. Pick, pick, pick. It's just crazy. Alright, thank you for the wumpers. 52 lives. 27% complete. Yeah, that's your password. You want to use that? You can go home, get your Crash Bandicoot. I don't think it'll work in the Insane collection. I highly doubt it, but X circle, X double circle, X square circle. You can start from where I am. It's not a great password because it has no gems, but oh well, you can go find those gems. Maybe we'll get a gem in this run through. I don't think so. I'm just trying to think of what level I possibly could get a gem in. Maybe the next running away from a boulder level, provided I don't die. Whoops. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Oh boy, we're in trouble. Why did I think that would work? Should have jumped on his head. Should have jumped on its head. What is it anyway? It's a... Just trying to think of what is that? It's a... It's not a thorny devil, it's a desert one. Some sort of... Is it... Presumably Australian, possibly fictional. I've got no idea. Sure someone will correct me on what that actually is. Alright. That's that one done. Next is map. What a fun level that is. No, next is Temple Ruins. So presumably we're going into this and then coming out of the mountain somewhere else. It's actually... Yeah, there's quite a long road from here to the next one. Actually no, isn't the next one underneath on that little... Isn't that the high road in the middle? I don't know. I'm not sure, can't remember. Road to nowhere. Anyway. Let's not talk about what's that. Temple Ruins. The atmosphere of this level is great. And it's one of the most memorable bits of Crash Bandicoot music. Oh, there's so many. Just infinitely thank you again, Josh Mansell. This is just a fantastic soundtrack. Dum 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 dum. I'll try not to hum anymore because I know it's a lot of people's pet hate hearing Let's Players or whatever humming the music of games they like. I mean, they're just having fun, but some people really do hate it. I suppose it's annoying. Also don't know why arrows are pointing out of holes, but that's okay. Alright, gotta use your depth perception here. It's funny, because this is a game made on a console that doesn't even have a hardware Z buffer, which makes producing depth quite difficult. But, the ways they actually did it all is quite fascinating. Oh, it's also odd that this stays open for us once we've passed it. I don't know if it's a sensor or what. I mean, like, you know, in real life. Yeah, most people would have been terrified of that spider probably the first time they saw it. If they weren't expecting the spider. They pop down at all sorts of other unexpected times as well in later levels. Dum, dum. But yeah, even though this game is mostly just a big jungle, not the whoops, not the world-hopping adventures of the other later Crash Bandicoot games, there's still some really cool and varied places it gets to. You know, jungle ruins and jungles and high mountain paths, and then later on a whole bunch of factory-like industrial levels, secret labs. In a way, there's so many ways that the first Crash Bandicoot game is similar to Uncharted Drake's Fortune. It's just weird. You know how they're both on lost islands somewhere, and then later leading into a facility. Although there's no undead Spanish. Oh, sorry. Have you not played Uncharted Drake's Fortune? Yeah. The Descendants, man, they're weird. They're not expected at all. Woo! Oh, I tried to turn around in midair there. Whoops! Now you gotta do it all over again. Oh dearie me. Or is this... Hold on. Is this a new checkpoint? No, this is where I was up to the last few times. Okay, I'm just wasting your time. I have to stop sucking. Come on. Forwards. Spin this one. Under those long-eared bats. That's probably them. Long-eared bat is a species, isn't it? I think they are just long-eared bats. This one. Here. Jump on this one just to make someone happy. I'm not sure. Now, in this one, I know you have to jump on the striped crates 10 times. Later ones, it was 5. I'm not sure if it was all of them after this one, it was 5. I don't know. Maybe Crash Bandicoot 2, did you just have to jump on them 10 times? I think you did. I think it was only from 3 onwards. It was 5 bounces. I can't remember. We'll find out later. Wait for the fire. And go. Ooh. We have a whole lot of rotating pillars. Good thing I hit the checkpoint upon falling off. Oh, falling off upon hitting the checkpoint. But it was a good time to fall off since I just got a checkpoint. Oops. Okay. Hope that comes back. Assume it will. There we go. Another mystery of this civilization. Why do they have these platforms that, you know, hop and then suddenly realise that they shouldn't be floating as soon as they're touched? Oh, it's a cartoon.
What have I got?
Ah, how intriguing, you say. Why would a Wumpa fruit be standing out here to the left? Well, because... well, no, because... I was going to phrase it. I had this plan in my head. You think, oh! And, far out. Yeah, I was trying to talk, but I just got so consumed. Anyway, I was just going to talk about how it's odd that they put that little fruit there, just as a little thing to, you know, make you wonder, what should you do? And for those of you who did venture out to step on there, you know, you walk gingerly across and you find out, oh damn, there's a whole lot more boxes. Yeah, a cool thing. Look at there, I like it. I'm not exactly sure why, you know, if there's any real reason why jumping on boxes, they increase their pitch with each bounce. It's only the strike bounce. Well, I know it's just an auditory indicator to let you know when to hop off if you haven't bothered to count to 10, but it's odd how it continues on to the next one as well. That's just how it's programmed. Alright, and now we have a more confusing section where these things just pop in and out when you least expect it. Well, not really. It's a pattern. And a bloody huge Australian spider. It's a redback, except it's massive. Probably deliver enough poison to kill everybody. Venom, actually. Or, I don't know. I mean, it is a venom, but... You know how they say no snake is poisonous, they're all venomous. People get that confused. You can eat every snake. I'm not sure about spiders, though. I've never eaten a spider, and I don't think I'd want to, but... don't know if you can. Okay, 59 lives, that's quite a lot, as I said. That's what I said before. I was halfway through the second level and I had well over 60 lives. It happens, but there really are some levels in this game that will seriously let you lose quite a lot of those. And we're at the end. See, if this game were made today, there would not be little ends between levels. We just, you know, all follow through like Uncharted. Alright, the road to nowhere. How very intimidating. It's very foggy. It's, you know, visibility is limited to what, 5 meters or so. And the sign says danger in some very foreboding drippy ink. See, this thing hops, which means it must fall down when stepped on. You can walk on the handrails here if you're really careful, but yeah, if you're really careful is the thing.
What have I got?
You've got a better chance of doing it at high speed, but not really worth it. I wonder if you can still do that in the new one. I hope so. They say they kept the geometry the same. If I spin at ground level, I'll die. If I spin while jumping, I die. You have to do it right in the middle. Ah, well, that's why you have the mask, eh? Whoa! Yeah, and the ones with the hole in the middle, they fall straight through without any warning at all, so you can't even dare to walk across them like these. Another catchy tune. There we go, I did it properly. Excellent. Alright. Whew. One piece of solid ground here. I think I can make the whole jump, can't I? Yes. Alright, now we're presented with a hog out for revenge. For, I'm sorry I read it before. Can't ride this one though. Some people might try to hop on its back, but no, it's just not having it. We only caught the one last time because we were up behind it. It was staying still. The hog won't ram us in the back. No, it's gone. Dump-a-dump. Timing was a bit off. Is this in an unusual time signature? I'm not sure. It just seems to have gaps where you don't expect them to be. I think the hog stopped to do some sort of, you know, budding or victory pose. It's a thing common to enemies in the... Oh! Not allowed to do that in the later Crash Bandicoot games. I'm really tempted to run along the handrail. I mean, I've got 60 lives, and it's just something fun to do. Ah, it's just a bit difficult. I haven't practiced it in a long time. Ah, come on. I mean, obviously you're not supposed to, or maybe you are supposed to. I don't know if they programmed this with the intention that you would run along the rope handrails. But this is a seriously high road, and why is it above so many stalagmites? Well, or are they not stalagmites? Just, I don't know, other pointy pinnacles of some sort. But, how high is this road? I don't know. It's obviously above a low cloud, so pretty high. Okay. There's barely any road left here at all. And who was the last person to cross this bridge? I wonder. Why has it not been crossed in a long time? Because it is so worn out, and yeah, these icy planks aren't very nice either. Okay, slide over the big. Yep, there we go. It's not so bad. Road to Nowhere might have a worrying name, but it's the later, very similar, or practically identical, but much harder level, the high road that you have to worry about. This one isn't so bad. This is an interesting little block puzzle. Oh. Yeah. They do weird things with blocks in these bonus levels. Most of the newer Crash Bandicoot levels don't do anywhere near as many cool bouncing block traps as this one does and some of the bonus ones. Presumably just because they were so confusing. That one wasn't so bad, but they get much worse. Much harder, at least. Yeah, I wonder if they ever make like a Crash Bandicoot game with a level editor. If we are headed for a renaissance of Crash Bandicoot. And we have something like Mario Maker, but a Crash Bandicoot Maker or something. That'd be interesting. I don't know of any 3D platformer with a level editor. Not a mainstream one, at least. Someone will probably tell me that one of the Raymans has it, but I haven't played the Rayman games. That would be cool. If not Crash Bandicoot, then some sort of 3D platformer with a level creator. I know there's Little Big Planet, but that's... You know, I somehow haven't played Little Big Planet. But, that's mostly a 2D platformer, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, Boulder Dash. It's another chase from a big rock. And I just remembered that I definitely cannot get the gem in this one because there is a secret bit at the end, which you need another gem for. I suppose that's what makes this game a lot longer, you know, coming back and finding all of the hidden things. But as ooh, splat. As far as just the main game goes, it's not that long. You can spend a lot longer trying to get the extra stuff. That's probably what all these 61 lives are for, and many others. Just trying to... so many attempts you'll need to try and get some of the gems. Ooh, electric guitar. That was an electric bass. Bit of didgeridoo. Oops. Yeah. Being an American game about an Australian animal, they had to do a didgeridoo in there somewhere. Australia is quite a bit underrepresented. Actually, no, not really. There are many other countries with similar populations that are much less, you know, represented in things. There's a whole lot of Australiana out there. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee and all that. But you won't see many movies, at least in mainstream Western culture, about Bulgaria or anything. Bulgaria's pretty big, and it's got probably about 20 million or so people. And it has the cheapest, best feta. Or the best cheap feta. Because Greek feta is quite expensive, but Bulgarian feta is very similar to Greek feta and costs a lot less. Good to know, isn't it? Yeah. At least that's what I was told. I mean, I've eaten the stuff. That's fine, but... father taught me about feta to get the Bulgarian one. Anyway, let's run away from this boulder. Without getting squashed, hopefully. Ugh, thumb got sore. Alright. Running with a D-pad. Very heavy D-pad. A very light controller. We get used to it. Actually, I am getting a bit of a thumb ache, but that's alright. I'll just hold it differently. Take a break, stretch my thumb. Oh, man, I really have to go faster through that bit. You gotta run diagonally, but not straight horizontally to the left or right, or you'll lose too much speed. Trying to go around the wooden traps. Maybe it'd be faster to even just run through some of the wooden traps. Whoops. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, no, no. Okay. Really have to dodge them all. Don't try and spin them. Okay. You're right, I thought I'd get through this one without dying. No. This one is quite a bit tougher than the other Boulder level. And future Boulder levels, there's always there's lots of great backwards levels in Crash Bandicoot. One of the few games to do backwards levels, like, pretty well. Obviously, this is a great homage to Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark, that great boulder chase. But that was a very short scene, and you know, this is quite a long boulder chase with several boulders, which in a movie would just be a bit over top. Can you imagine if Indy got away from the first boulder, only to have it, roll after him again in another scene? It would be a little bit ridiculous. There probably is some Bollywood Indiana Jones where he's chased by hundreds of CGI boulders. Indian movies always seem to take things to the logical extreme. They're fun though. I hadn't seen any Indian films until I went to go see Bahubali 2, the conclusion. And I really enjoyed it. For the first half, honestly, just decided I must have just been prejudiced against it from the start, but it presented itself as being quite an aloof, quite a silly film, but even where it was melodramatic at parts, I came to really like it. And as I thought about it, it wasn't that much sillier. In fact, it wasn't sillier at all than other things I liked, like, Metal Gear Solid 4 has equally ridiculous parts, or the Yakuza series. But still great. But yeah, I have to see the first Bahubali and those other movies I've been meaning to see. I've been meaning to watch Intiran for ages. Anyway, we're talking about Indian films when I should be running away from a boulder, and I am running away from a boulder. But oh, thumb! I'm doing it under the rock. Oh, it's so close. Okay, it caught up with me. I didn't let go, did I? No, I think the boulder might actually be faster. No, that can't be right. The boulder can't be faster because I'd never get away. Alright. Either way, I didn't get away. Oh, oh, oh. I want one of those. Run! Oh, well, this is the bit where we do it again at a different key, but it's not. That's the next part. I finally did it. I've been squashed right here before. It really sucks being squashed right here. Anyway, we made it. And if we look carefully in the... When I walk away, does it appear? No. Well, sometimes there's a gem path down there into a really... There it is, that little tiny pink thing there. You can ride that down, and it's cool. It's very cool. Oh, I'm enjoying this much more than that, the Wrath of Cortex series I was doing. But that's really just The Wrath of Cortex does not compare at all to the Naughty Dog trilogy of Crash Bandicoot games. They're just so much better. I don't know what it is. Is there just some je ne sais quoi about it that I can't pick? Sorry, that was just an excuse to use je ne sais quoi. I think I just said it wrong. That's not what it is. It's not je ne sais. Yeah, what's that French word for I don't know what? I think it was je ne sais quoi. What was I saying? No. But there's just some quality of these that the other ones don't. Oh, that was a life I just threw away. It's fine. 55 more. But there's something about it. The atmosphere, the music, obviously. The Wrath of Cortex has some quite catchy music from another musical group that I really like, Blythe Joustra, and they did, as I mentioned at some point, do the music for Muppet Race Mania, which is probably my favourite game. Right. Can't fight the lizards. Yeah. This soundtrack is good. And the soundtracks for the next two games are even better. It's really good all around. Oh, I meant to. I got stuck on a brick. Oh dear. Better not run out of lives. That would be terrible. I won't run out of lives on this level, but possibly later. Sunset Vista is a pretty challenging level at times. Ooh, times. I just remembered the time. I might have to. Ooh, I might have to go feed my dog soon. Yeah, only one dog now. Bit of some sad news. The other dog passed away. You may have seen it in some other videos. Big black German Shepherd. I don't know. I put random little bits of video of these dogs into figures in my SSX Tricky and a little bit in the Steep playlists. I had a little bit of those dogs. Anyway, Trudy was very old, and yeah, she just one day, just late last week, she just wouldn't get up. I tried feeding her, and I found out that I found out later on, only when we picked her up to take her to the vet to be euthanized. Then did I find out that it was a broken foot. It was badly broken. She didn't want to get up, and she wasn't accepting food. So I knew it was her time to go. And she was 16 or 17 years old. Not a bad run for a large dog. But anyway, it's over now. I'm over it. It was pretty upsetting at the time, but it's alright. Though my other little dog is pretty lonely. Yeah. So I'll check the time after this, and actually no, I can see the time from here. It's 3:54. Not dog time yet. I'll feed her at 4:30 or something. Maybe just do a couple more levels. I'll have a little break after the next boss, and then go feed Cookie. Anyway, that has very little to do with this. And you know what? I still haven't remembered the name of that bloody jet ski game. What's it called? I just keep thinking 1080 snowboarding, because that had on GameCube another game called 1080 Avalanche. But the other game was and it had on GameCube another game with the same name and another subtitle that wasn't Avalanche, because there's no avalanches of water, and it wasn't a tsunami. It wasn't a tidal wave, it was... what was it? What was that stupid thing called? Oh, man. Jet... ski... on water... This is going to be a new record for the longest time I've spent trying to remember something's name. I mean, there were gaps in between, but... what was it? What was it? You ride past the buoys on the right and the left. They're red and yellow. There. You know what? I know my N64 stuff is downstairs near where I go to feed the dog, so I'll go look at it while I'm there and remember what it's called then. Unless I remember first. That would be a pretty impressive bugger. Why did I try and do that? Do I really have to go back and get these boxes? Probably not. 52. I thought I had 36 lives for some reason. That's alright. Bats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 bats. Not 12. I just guessed. Yeah, 8 bats plus the 2 over there. Wonder how many polygons those bat models are. So the wings might only be 2 triangles. I'm not really sure. Is it 1, 2, maybe 3? And then for the body, it could just be a rectangle. The sort of triangle end. Wouldn't need many polygons at all. Just hide most of the details in a texture. Ah, those were simple days. Phew, no more bats. And finally the sea. Ah, boy. And that means whenever we spawn at this checkpoint, we're gonna have a box fall on our head. That's alright. Okay, there's definitely nothing supporting these. They are really magically floating platforms. Maybe it's magnetic levitation. If so, you know, what is compelling them to move in such a slow and such a perfectly round orbit? I don't know. And this water is nowhere near as pretty as the water in the upstream level. But that's alright. It's still just as deadly if you fall in. Just splash, drown. Crash doesn't swim. Yet he has scuba diving levels in Crash Bandicoot 3. And I suppose he's wearing a breathing apparatus. A self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. But for an animal so averse to water that just touching it would drown him. And often in gruesome ways, in oh boy, here they come. You know, in Tomb Raider, that's the name. The Egyptian themed level in Crash Bandicoot 3, where there is rising water, and a few other bits in Crash 2 and 3. This drowning animation is quite worrying, you know, for a children's, ostensibly a children's game. Yeah. Why does it have to have such realistic drowning? It's a worry. I suppose the same question will be asked about why there has to be terrifying music when Sonic's about to drown in underwater levels. Maybe it's just to hammer that point home to your head, you know. Swim safe. You don't want to drown. It's really not great. Okay, wait for the bats to pass. And for the fire to stop. And I thought it would be extinguished while I was jumping. Thought wrong. Far out. This is uncut, folks. That's why there's so much rubbish in the middle. Or maybe I will cut it. I probably won't. I think it's best just leave this alone. I've already done a very cut and clean, very neat playthrough movie. Though it has problems. It wasn't completely far out. So I'll probably just leave this alone. Oh, this is going to take so long to render. Oh well. I mean, Wahaa took 6 hours, so... Wait for bats, wait for fire. Alright, this seems a better time. No, it's going to start again. Okay. Wait for that bat. Go now. Oh, he's coming back! Oh, I was going to jump on his head, but he was jumping and we can't both jump on each other's heads. bats weren't even lightly toasted. I hear toasted bats quite nice. Or was it? I don't know. I just know it's something people eat in Mexico and other places. You get a bat on a stick, toasted. It's good. Oh, I forgot that was that pattern. Oh, not this all again. Yeah, I really should have looked to check which pattern it was before I tried pushing onwards. Oh well, live and learn. So I should have learned by now. Been playing this for 17 years, oh, at least. Now go when all three go, that's right. Okay, now go, alrighty. Into the fire, finally another checkpoint. Yes, this Sunset Vista takes ages. Mostly that's my fault. But it's a long level. Well, I suppose the longest part is still just the failure part. Alright, lots of fires to fall onto here, so don't dilly-dally. Stupid Advent children. That's right. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Was that movie? Just had that line. I'm sure it made more sense in English. Don't dilly-dally, shilly-shally. It sounded so silly. Anyway, on I guess. Oh no! Oh! That's always a real pain in the jump. I should have jumped to the right. I think that's what you're supposed to do. It's a lot easier to do. Jump to the right. Alright. After this level, I'm going to feed Cookie and come back. This is seriously quite a taxing level on the mind and the thumbs and the hands. Maybe it's just because I've been playing for an hour. They do say you should take a 15-minute break every hour. Does anyone do that? Someone must. You know, someone who never puts in their noodles for a second less than 3 minutes. And oh no, you can't jump to the right. You have to jump to the left first. I just did it really wrong. Ah man, you do jump to the left, or mainly straight up. Oh, I don't know. I just know that I'm doing it wrong, but it's one of the harder jumps to make in this game. I mean, it's nothing compared to Slippery Climb, but I'm going to be hyping up Slippery Climb a lot, because that level is just hell compared to most of the levels in the game. The timing of the jumping and the dodos, whatever they are, albatrosses, nasty stuff. Alright, and now! Oh yes, finally. It seemed that was actually a jump outside my reach. It looked like Crash was lifted up there at the last frame. But also it seemed to be standing on it, floating above it. But hey, all the 3D of this game is I think I was halfway through starting to say this before, but they developed the game with expensive computers. They were expensive at the time. 3D graphics cards and that were really expensive. Thousands, tens of $1,000 dev stations. But what was I saying? Yeah, they these are cool. But they apparently, baked in all the 3D data on their huge, expensive workstations, and then like pre-did all the 3D parts of it, and then coded it into a way that it could be represented in 3D, but actually in 2D. Oh bugger, that's a real pain to time that one. I wasn't thinking, I just thought I'd go for it. Good thing there was a checkpoint right there. I'll watch this one. Comes out. Finally that one goes off. That one goes off. There we go. Okay. It's not that hard, you just have to wait till the right part starts. Okay. Ooh, I want this stuff on the left. 46. Not quite 60 like I was hoping. Ah, far out. I'm gonna do it again. Oh well. Wait. Yeah, I was supposed to jump on as soon as I could. I was too busy spinning around. Oh dear. This gate has teeth. Snake shaped, I don't know. These assets are all, you know, made obviously at quite a very low resolution by today's standards, but they're all interesting to look at. There's lots of cool little background details, all the little faces and that. Must have had a lot of I'm forgetting the word. Like Easter Island sort of art to look at for inspiration. Get rid of this bat. Probably get rid of the next one too, for my own sake. Hey, no other bat swarm came, and if we somehow magically caught us, oh, we made such a waste of it. Oh, I was going on about how I caught the ledge, but then I didn't catch it after all. Right, now I have to wait again. He always looks a bit paranoid, Crash Bandicoot, in this game. Probably has very good reason to. He's has to be very watchful of his surroundings. Okay, back to this whole thing again. Take rid of these, it'll be helpful for the bat situation, perhaps. Might even save us from fire once. Two. 1, 2. Okay. Fire's on, fire's off. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Huh? Oh. Oh, that was lucky. The fire too, I don't know how they did the semi-transparent texture for the fire, but it's just difficult to do, very difficult to do fire like that at the time. Okay, we're on, and we're off. Ooh, okay, and we're on again, and we get off on the left. Whoa, boy. Okay, again another jump that didn't look like it should have been possible, but it was. Ooh, okay. No. This is G one. Let's see. On, no, off. Oh, okay. On, off. But if you wait, oh, okay, just made it. Oh. Alright, I need you. One more. Thank you. Excellent. Ooh, and our first Cortex. Oh, with level still has quite a long way to go, doesn't it? This one just never ends. Well, it does, obviously have an ending, but it's just a really long level. Ooh, I forgot about that. Ah, I should have crossed when all three were empty. Ah, okay. Gotta be really fast. Alright, let's do the jump thing again. But yeah, if you didn't know, Mutato Musica is not just Josh Mansell, it's also Mark Mothersbaugh, how do you pronounce it? The guy from Devo. So if you're a Devo fan, that's cool. If you didn't know that already. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, no, 100% sure, I'm pretty sure this soundtrack was just Josh Mansell, so there's not really a Devo connection there. So you can't go claiming that Devo wrote the soundtrack for Crash Bandicoot, which would be a cool little factoid to tell people at a bar, but is not true. Okay, that's the way across. We'll jump down now. Wait for bats. It's a long wait for bats. Okay, now's the right time. Down and wait. Could have gone across. There were 2 fruit in that bat. Must have been a fruit bat. I don't know if I want to eat second-hand fruit from a bat's stomach, but I also don't... Oh, I just realised... Oh, okay, now we can't get up there. Bummer. Just to say, I also just realised there's no checkpoint, and I was just taking a mad risk to try and get up there. I really do have no other way up, don't I? Great, now I can't get the Cortex one. That's alright, I have no chance of passing that bonus anyway. It's terribly hard, and you only get 1 shot at it. Or if it's anything like the other. Oh, bummer. Oh well, now we can try it again. Yippee. Okay, I'm just gonna get one of these. Oh, he's also jumped into the background as well. I thought he would only jump on one line, but okay. Yeah, it's a shame that Insane Collection doesn't have Crash Team Racing. That would have really been the icing on the cake. But maybe that'll come later. Not as an update. I really don't expect that. But if they could later do a full, you know, an untouched, you know, like, same as that. Keep the same geometry, keep the same physics, keep the same everything. Just give us a Crash Team Racing remake online. You know, that'd be. I mean, no, I don't care much for online racing, and I don't have PS Plus because I'm skint. But I will eventually get PS Plus. But yeah, that would be so much fun to have Crash Team Racing online. Just we're a bit short on kart races. The Switch will have, well, the Switch does have. Forgot it's the wrong time. The Switch has Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I've never got to try Mario Kart 8 because I don't have a Wii U. But I'd like to. All the Mario Karts have been pretty consistently quite good. But yeah, there's really quite a dearth of is that the right word? I'm trying to think of a lack. There's just so few. Far out. That was the right time to go, but I wasn't doing it right. So few. Bugger me. So few kart racers around at the moment. And I don't want to have to depend on indie kart races on Steam. I'm sure there's lots, but I don't know where they are. But I don't know. We could really use a Crash Team Racing remaster, remake, in fact. Because there's not going to be a new Mod Nation. I don't see that happening. I'd love there to be. Mod Nation's track creator was sublime. When even, you know, compared to things like Trackmania, which is supposed to have a great track builder. I mean, yeah, it's pretty great, but it's still piece based. Not like Mod Nation, which was sort of, you know, well, you drive the plow thing to make your own. It was presumably spline based underneath. Yeah, finally got it. But yeah, it was a great track maker. And oh, bum pork. Whatever bum pork is. Usually the bum of the pig's made into ham, actually, but it can be bum pork for now.
What have I got?
4:15. Cookie's waiting. Wants her daily meal. I've always fed dogs once a day, but I know some people do it differently. Is that Should you feed them more often than once a day? Less often? Probably not less often, but I don't know. Go! Stop. Oh, I've got my Cortex. I've got 2 Cortexes, okay. So I need to go up there and get them again. That's good to hear. It's just a nasty pattern. Alright, those 2 off, this one off. If I run forwards, that would push me off. Then I'd have a gap. Oh, far out. When can I just go for it? Oh, man! I'm not thinking clearly. I might need to just stop in the middle of a level. Go feeder and cover. I didn't even break that thing. Oh man. Come on. If you know, 4 and 5-year-old me could do this, why can't 20-year-old me? It can, obviously, it's just take you a while to do it. And I didn't think I should try and memorize that pattern because it was just too much. But okay, what have we got? First and last, first and second, first and last, second and last, middle 2, second and last, first and last, first and second, first and last, second and last, middle 2, second and last. Can't cross now. Okay, if I walk in here, I'm at the second one pushes me off. Walk back to the first pushes me off. Go to the second, stay on the third one pushes me off. Do I go back to the second then? Oh man. No! I jump around. Hold on. Oh, I still think it's solvable by jumping around. I just... How have I forgotten how to... Maybe I need to watch my movie and remember how I did it there. Yeah, I might do that when I go off my little break. I might go for my little break soon if I don't get on this attempt. I think I will. I think I definitely will go. Oh man, okay. Be also good to go for that break just to give the dazzle a rest. I can only record for so long. And I know I did that 3-hour thing, but still. Okay, that one there is no pattern, it's just all 4 at once. Okay. If I walk into the second spot now, I'm pushed off. Walk into the second spot now, I'd be able to go all the way through. Okay. Great, I need to find when that was. Walk into the second spot when the last 2 are out. No. Yes? Oh crap. Okay. Second spot, pushed out. Try again. Second spot, pushed out. Try again. Second spot, third spot, and last. Okay, but when was that? Oh man. And the 2 ends are up? No. Now? Kind of? Oh. Okay. Throw your wumper. That's proof that I'm taking too long. And get your purple head. I like that one. Alright. Okay. Go. No. Go. No, don't go. Come back. Go. Now. Go now. Go now. No! Don't go. Oh! Oh dear. Let's have our intermission now. Off I go. I have to go feed Cookie. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, right, I have to deal with this again. Forgot what was up to here. Alrighty. So, fed Cookie.
What have I got?
Gee, her food smells good. It was the pedigree lamb one in a can. I've been giving her dry food for so long, but only just recently we bought some cans because they were on special. So good. It doesn't smell as good as the chicken one, but Yeah, the chicken one especially. It's a chicken and gravy food for dogs, but it smells so good. I'm sure it tastes, you know, quite unpalatable to humans, but smells great. Alright, and this is the way to do that. Obviously, why didn't I do that before? See, the timing is incredibly complicated, or you could just jump over that whole thing, and then there's just a matter of simply going over these. That's very simple. There's no pattern.
What have I got?
Why didn't I see that before? Anyway, we've got our checkpoint. 2 tauners. Okay. Oh, you cheeky thing. Forgot about that. Platform's back. Okay. There we go. 37 lives. That should be enough to get through the rest of this level. I sincerely hope. Ooh. 2 rotating things. Okay, and look! A free life. I'm not going to deny it. I'm going to take that thing and what's over here? A box. Hey! Alright! A Neo Cortex bonus round. Let's hope I can at least make the first jump. Because so often I don't. Okay. Jump. Jump! Boing, boing. Oh, bounce higher, bounce! Oh my goodness. More, no, more! Oh man. Stressful. I just need to bounce a bit higher and spin there. Yeah, there's actually a bit of a frame rate drop because so many things exploded. Too much for the engine to handle. Okay. Whew. Heart rate feels all weird. Not because of that. I don't know. Might be a blood sugar thing. I've had a bit of dark chocolate today, but I don't even have diabetes, as far as I know. Could. That would be terrible. I've developed type 2 diabetes. Wouldn't be surprising. I'm kind of fat at the moment. I've always been, but now especially fat. It's alright. I'm losing that weight. At the end of the year, I'm going to lose 20 kilos. Something crazy. That's the goal. Got some dark chocolate on the bench though. It's 86% cocoa. It can't be that bad for you. I mean, I know it's almost entirely fat and carbs, but low in sugar compared to other chocolates. That's done. Go us. These bonuses are so much easier than the Cortex ones. Phew. Sure, give me a password. Yes, there's our saves. Tekken 2. Good old Roger the Kangaroo. What's this one? DD2 Negicon. I must have named that one. I had a Destruction Derby 2 save that I was trying with the Negicon. Okay, I forgot about that. NASCAR 2000 is our good old save. I don't know. There's 5 blocks of Gran Turismo, but I don't remember making a save there. I'll have to get rid of that V-Rally. Okay, that's not important. Why am I looking at all this stuff? Tokka. Oh, I have to play some Tokka. And Die Hard. There's your password for 36, my favourite number, % complete. Let's continue. Probably losing valuable seconds by having such a congested memory card. I didn't know it was so full. Oh, anyway, what's over here? I'm off the edge of the map! It's just a wall, that's alright. So, if you weren't able to tell from ages ago, this is PAL Crash Bandicoot. And, Ratchet 5 was running a, running in the past a Crash Bandicoot speedrunning tournament thing, and I don't know, I found Ratchet 5's channel ages ago, and I thought, you know, cool, it's another small channel, bigger than mine, slightly, but quite a bit. I think he's got a few thousand subscribers now. And he made you know, full playthroughs of Muppet Race Mania and Muppet Monster Adventure, 2 games I had, and you know, so we seem to have a lot in common there, similar age, both play Muppet games. So I'd subscribed years ago, but I hadn't checked in this channel in a while, and then I saw, too late, unfortunately, that he was doing this Crash Bandicoot speedrunning thing, and I would have really loved to have entered, but oh well. Maybe next time, if there ever is a next time, I'll enter one of those, because I don't know, just itching to collaborate. And it would be fun to compare, because I don't know how good I am at speedrunning Crash Bandicoot. Obviously, you can tell from here that I'm rubbish at it, at the first one at least. With practice, you know, I'm so rusty, but with practice I can probably get to be okay at it. Probably come second last in that sort of competition. For the first game. Don't know how I'd do for the other ones. Because of course that speedrunning's all about the sprinting. Anyway, that's not important. Koala Kong, the time. We finally got out of Sunset Vista. Only took like 20 minutes or something. Ridiculous. Alright. Koala Kong and his butt. He's got a well-defined back and chest, but really should pay more attention to his legs and his workouts. Where's it going to drop? Better not drop on my head. Oh, I was expecting... That's right. It's not this section that has the other... That's right. So TNTs fall out of the top of the level. This one for no clear reason. Really? Lost both? Probably going to die from this one just from stupidity. Another one's going to fall right now, isn't it? No, that's only in the third one. Alright, while he's posing, hit him, and I walked into lava. Whoops. A little bit too far off the edge. Okay. So yeah. Whoops. You can also break the ones he throws at you. You can just spin them. Me and my mum, because she used to play this game, you know, years ago. She used to like playing PS1 games. We used to make this fight so much harder for ourselves because we didn't know at the time that, well, firstly that you could spin the light rocks that he's throwing at you, and didn't know that you could wait and delay your throwback of the next one, because sometimes there'll be a cart in the way and not a good time to hit him, so you just have to wait, then hit him. Okay. Here comes another TNT. Yep. Ooh, okay. And the second unexpected one that, well, you expect it once you know, but you'd never see it coming otherwise. Probably a bit of a cheap kill, throwing a second TNT off that's blowed up by the first, and whoops, that was all messed up. Alright. Anyway. This is a really ripped koala. It's kind of odd seeing such a buff koala. Maybe he's a drop bear, actually. Make more sense. Although he's nowhere near as dangerous as even an unbuff drop bear, so no. He's somewhere in between. Just a buff koala. Not a deadly drop bear. That's something I'd like to see if we ever get a new Crash Bandicoot, if we were faced with drop bears. That could be fun. Alright. He's beaten. We've done our little Toyota jump. And now, the map. What comes after Koala Kong? I've forgotten. I think it was the dark level. No! That's right, the second island is done! Heavy machinery. Wow, we're just blazing through. This isn't a very long game, but... Alrighty. Suddenly, a factory. Oh, and I love this tune. So what on earth is this thing? I was never able to figure out, like, what is it? It's a little grey thing, it's got legs, it hops around. I don't know, maybe in the HD remake we'll finally see what on earth that is, but I've got no idea. This thing's a bit more clear. It's a ball with a camera on a periscope, surrounded by spikes. Why? No clue. But that's what it is. Maybe we can even get a gem on this one. I'm not too bad at heavy machinery, as far as I remember. So, oh, yeah, I was going to say, I forgot we had a mask there, but it can be a bit tricky getting some of the jumps just right. And I think there's something down there in the middle, but I don't want to find out. Oh, half of me wants to find out. What's down there? Oh yes, this little section I forgot about.
What have I got?
Ooh, and an embryo. Another life. Alright, and back up on this little platform. Okay, and we're back here again. Hey, land on the middle one, just. Okay. Yeah, what was I saying before? I was talking about PAL before I started talking about the speedrunning collaboration competition that I missed out on. Yeah. PAL and NTSC isn't relevant anymore, but man, it really was a problem for all of us rest of the world gamers that weren't in America or Japan. Crash Bandicoot came up pretty unscathed because, well, they altered the speed of it. Crash Bandicoot actually runs faster in the PAL versions than the NTSC, so when I finally do try the what's it called, the Insane collection, I'll probably not be quite used to the movement. It'll probably seem a bit weird, that the 60 frame per second aspect of it, and because I'd be having analog control of Crash and Crash 1, it would be very different. But be different. Anyway, I haven't died yet. That's a good sign. But yeah, a lot of games came out a lot worse, and even after this, there were PS2 games that had terrible conversions to the PAL rate. Like the Dynasty Warriors games, I love them, but oh, they are so slow, the PAL ones. And obviously before that, a whole lot of 16-bit, 8-bit games were ruined by PAL speed. I mean, playing whatever it's called, Shadow Warriors, or whatever Ninja Gaiden was called in its PAL release, isn't so bad. But something like Sonic the Hedgehog PAL is so slow. Also, I just thought it was odd when you look at the Steam and that little shadow created by the Steam texture, which seems to be like a really compressed video that pops up in a semi-transparent thing. I don't think it did that on an original PS1. I'm playing this on a PlayStation 2 because my PS1s are all dead. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. But yeah, I'm not sure if that little artifact was like that before. Anyway, by this point the bonuses are completely made of boxes and it's just a bit ridiculous, but if you really want to bounce along here and get all the fruit you can for all the lives you can, but you don't have to. Definitely don't have to. These aren't even counted. I wonder if they will be for the new one, because since obviously they have to change Crash 1 to be more like Crash 2, and the bonus rounds in Crash 2 and 3 were kind of mandatory. You'd have to go in, get all the boxes to contribute to the whole box tally and leave. I wonder if all these bonuses will be somehow incorporated into that. It definitely won't have the password and save system. I don't know. Someone's already probably answered these questions. The game's been out for 2 or 3 days. But I'll find out later. I mean, I don't know. How much money do I have? I probably don't even have enough to buy. I probably could spend all of my current money in buying that, but that probably wouldn't be very wise. Better things to save up for. We'll see. Maybe if I ask someone really nicely. Okay.
What have I got?
That went alright. We still haven't died. Isn't that great? Oh, I love this thing. Whee! Launches you straight up. Very high velocity. Obviously, these boxes have to move. I don't know why the boxes fall only to a certain point and stop, but anyway, let's get back down on the left so I can see where the enemy is. Okay, there you are. There are conveyor belts. This really does have good audio design. I don't know. Maybe other platformers from around the same time were the same, but it's good. You know, things slowly fade in from the right to the left. It's very good. Okay, a motorized section, like many platformers before it. This one's a bit faster than most. Or it feels pretty fast. Okay. Whoop. And the other bonus, one I will certainly fail. No, let's not say that. I am confident in my ability to not fail this bonus. I like this music. Oh boy, it's confusing. I have to do what now? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, that's cool, okay. Simple, just jump to the left. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 did nothing this gutsy with their boxes. All their bonuses were fairly tame in comparison to this. Oh, well, what a shame. I could have done it, you know, I just missed, but cool. And yeah, that's much more challenging than all the future ones. Whoosh. Up we go on some sort of pneumatic thing. Yeah, it's steam pad. I suppose that. Ooh. These three. And you know what? I don't know if that actually is all boxes, because there might be something else. I don't know. Either way, we didn't die. Maybe we got a gem for that. Oh, you... Unbelievable. One box. What was it? Was it a TNT or something? I don't know. Or was it in a hidden area? No, I think I really just missed one that I could have gotten. Oh well, that didn't take us very far, only from here to here. This must be quite a large island. Cortex Power. I love this camera movement. Most of the levels don't bother to do that. But yeah, anyway. And this level has good music. Just atmosphere all around, very good. And first we see these things. I like the little electric sound effect as well. It's hopping between these electrodes. So. Alright, so what are we going to do? Left path. Oh no, right path. I like this. Oh, but goo. That's fine. We can remove these from... Ooh. Oh. Trying to get the gem on this level is awful. Because of the multiple forks in the path. Yeah, it's just, it's so complicated to get the gem here. It would be, I've never actually done it, but man, that would be very difficult. Okay, up these little steps. How odd. Oh! I love this enemy. And then and he has no feet. I always found that a bit weird. Why is he just a floating 3/4 of a gangster Potoroo? Oh well. Let's get it. Okay, and back to an over-the-shoulder or up higher perspective. No, we have to turn around. That's right, this path is just a switch for the other path. Ooh, okay. Goo. Alrighty, around here. And this is still only half the level, because the other side was on the left, wasn't it? Oh man. Okay. Whoa, hold on. Now. Yes, see, there's still all of this over here, and you can't jump over it for some reason. You have to walk around the edge. And yeah, you could go backwards, but ugh, no thank you. The backwards part of Crash Bandicoot 2 was bad enough. That was another nasty one. But I did that. I have completely finished Crash 2 and 3 before. Never the first. Okay, red hot electrodes, and they're storing electricity around like it's nobody's business. Tesla would be worried. Probably not. Oh, I don't know what has just been activated now or why, because I didn't hit any switch. I'll have a little look. Something in here? Ah, yes. Couldn't be bothered doing that properly. Okay, now let's hop. It sort of sounds like it's saying bouncy. Yeah. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. I don't know. As the increases a bit, you know. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Yeah, okay, that's just silly. Maybe the down is more of like a. It sounds like a pickup. No, no. I don't know where they got the sound from or how they made it. If it was a Foley artist or is it. Or a computer generated sound or what. I'm sure I missed lots of boxes. Very many. Only 14. Not so bad. Still, lots. But that is one you can get the gem on without any other prior gems, as far as I know. It's just very difficult. The generator room. The darkest level, actually not, no, because there's fumbling in the dark, but, yeah. Interesting atmosphere of this one. Freaky having the Cortex looking at us on video screen. Also quite impressive, I don't know how. Yeah. Animated textures on the PS1 at angles like that, I don't know. Okay, this one has to be a pain. I'm sure other games, you know, animated textures like that's fine. So just for the time, it's interesting how it's all put together. Also odd how this whole level's just black smoke. There's weird designs in these generators. All these green glowing orbs, a little bit. Quite similar to the Oddworld games actually, but this looks like Abe's Odyssey. Plus Bioshock. Oh, okay. This is a giant falling platform. Let's try not to stand on it as we get these. Oh, okay, we're off. It's not coming. Ah, I got off too early. Now it's going to fall down, isn't it? Oh no. Oh yes. I don't know if it comes back either. No, I don't think it will come back. Never mind. Let's leave. We can miss one box, I guess. I'll probably die somewhere in the middle anyway. It's a bit pessimistic, but really, the levels do start getting a bit tricky from here on out. Well, they started at Sunset Vista, really. Okay. Ooh. That's a bonus. I'm guessing it'll just be a whole lot of boxes. Yep. Solid platforms be damned, it's all boxes, and we fell through.
What have I got?
Ooh. Okay, depth perception.
What have I got?
Well. Okay. No. Not okay. Do better. Come on. Jump here. Jump there. Jump. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And here we have a platform that takes us diagonally left and down. Now that's 3D movement. Like left, back, and down actually. Yeah, so it was all the axes. Yeah. Okay. And now that one's going really fast. What? Oh, slipped off the edge. My shoes weren't quite on it. Slow one there, fast one, past it. Alrighty. Up these things, past the glowing orb. Presumably it's full of some noble gas, I don't know. And that was done wrong. Quite wrong. I just won't even try that part again. I'll just skip past it, I think. Never been good at the timing to hit a box in the middle, but not that one. I so often hit the TNTs. There's quite a few instances of that in the Crash Bandicoot games. I mean, there was one in the Rolling Stone level as well, wasn't there? Or Jungle Rollers. Jungle Rollers had it. Oh, I don't know. One of them. Okay. That was done properly. Now one with a lot less pressure since it's cold. We don't need to worry about standing on it. Except when we somehow fall off and through. 57 lives. That should be just enough to get me to the end of the game. Really, it gets tough. Not even going to deal with those boxes, as I said. Go past the funny camera things. Okay, over the hot obstacle. Ooh, yeah. Now the cold obstacles, which should still be treated with the same amount of caution. Ooh, just as dangerous. Okay. And here we... oh, I need to get on that again. Alright. Safety first, from the CEO, Pinstripe Potoroo. Potoroo. Oh, Pinstripe Potoroo. That's right. Alright, here we go. You know, an Italian-Australian Potoroo. With a Tommy gun. Anyway, we'll see him later. Toxic waste. Oh, the barrels. Oh, those terrifying barrels. You introduced to this guy. He's a fat Bandicoot or Potoroo, and he throws barrels while sort of grunt laughing. And he has a fedora. Good bit of game design that's showing us the enemy while we're doing something else in the boxes, so we have time to figure out how he works and that. Now that he's been shooed off somewhere, we're presented with a ramp. And oh no, a barrel's going to come down it. But we'll deal with these barrels. Alright. Not so bad. So now we know, okay, there must be another one of these enemies. And they're throwing barrels seemingly closer together. No. They just accelerate as they go down the ramp. Or, oh no, that's just how they are. Alright, so... jump over this one, and spin him away. Away he goes. Now the checkpoint, and I think this is where they introduced the bouncing barrel. It's all clear here. One rolling barrel, two rolling barrels, one bouncing one now, three rolling barrels. Okay, so just scratching my throat. Alright, no, all just rolling barrels now. That's fine. Ooh. Tricky to deal with on the uphills sometimes. Two Tornas. The character design's a bit, how can I put it? Jessica Rabbity. It's just how it is in classic save the girl narratives, I guess. kind of proportions. Par for the course. 64 lives. Excellent. Nothing's coming after us. Uh-oh. Yeah. That was a scary thing when I was young. Just because you can hear it coming. You know your impending doom is coming from this barrel that's getting louder and louder as it bounces towards you. And it's quite tricky to know where to stand to not get crushed by it. Right. 1, 2, and oh dear. Okay, we made it under it. Okay. Using a little. Oh, oops, I was too close to that one. That one went past. Ooh, we almost fell off the platform. Here, no, he's throwing another one. So I'm not so worried about them now, because I know when it bounces up, obviously run forwards, go under it. Simple enough. What was I saying? I was back on Torna, yeah. Yeah. And obviously, for political correctness, I noticed in the new intro of the Insane collection, I saw a video of the intro for the first for this first game, and where Torna was otherwise just you first see her simply pinned to the wall by some agents and totally helpless. You know, it's 2017. We can't have a damsel in distress. Someone will violently complain on the internet. So thousands of people will. So yeah, there's people who say they're journalists say that no, I must fight for women's rights. This can't be right. We can't have a female bandicoot of buxom proportions being manhandled by these agents and not fighting back. So in the new intro, she it struggles against them and fights them first. And oh no, we've been creamed by a bouncing barrel. But I just thought that was an interesting change. I mean, I suppose it's probably a good one, but you can see it's just a bit unnecessary. It's just the game's just been a little bit 2017 or whatever we can call this decade. Same thing happened to Ratchet and Clank. Whereas in the original Ratchet and Clank, there was flattened again. There was conflict between Ratchet and Clank, and the story got really interesting there. And the new one, not only was the game severely shortened, but the relationships between the two characters were so simplified. Ratchet was just this perfect guy. He's like, no, I just want to be a Galactic Ranger my whole life, and Clank's my best bud from the start, and I'm never going to question anything Clank says. Clank's this cool robot, and I love him. And the whole game was just made extra friendly. Chairman Drek became a doofus, and even the I should be saving this for a review of Ratchet. I think I will have to do a review of the new Ratchet and Clank. I was going to say, even the race girl on Rilgar, if you don't win, she's just like, oh, you can come back and try again later. What? The game doesn't need to pat you on the back and hold your hand and worry about your feelings so much, does it? Surely people don't need to be so fragile. But, oh well. Woo, okay, just made it. Just made it again. But yeah, I think similar things happened here. We'll say, no, someone's feelings will be horribly offended if we see Torna, as a damsel in distress. She has to fight back. And we've exploded. First time we've exploded in this playthrough. I do like how only the eyes and shoes come back. A bit weird, really, but it's just how it is. Alright. Ah, creamed. At least we get this makeshift checkpoint from the bonus round. 1, 2, 3, go. No! Oh, I shouldn't have jumped. Flattened in midair. Should have run straight under. Okay, that's right. 2, 3. Should have moved a bit forward. Should have moved a bit back or forward. Should have not been there. I'll just stay halfway up and then run under the first one. Okay, I thought that was a safe spot. It was not. It's probably actually more unsafe ground than there is safe ground running from these things. Alright, time to jump properly and went over it. Excellent. We could go around this, but there's no real reason to. So it's up on. Phew, I'm glad it's over too. I don't know how we transported up through the floor, but hey, it's voodoo magic. Let's go to the map. The next level is Pinstripe Potoroo. Pinstripe Potoroo. I forgot that was his name. Yes. Alright. So, it's an odd cover taking system in this boss fight. You just stay still long enough, find some furniture, and I was behind it. And yeah, I'll hit him while his gun's jammed. Oh, that was not the right time. Right. He's hopping across. Alright. 4 more left. Yep, it's fine. Hit him with it. Oh, no. 3 more. Now it gets a bit trickier. It'll take a bit longer to run out. A bit longer between firing. So he jumps up here first. Oh, not safe. 2 more. It's a very big portrait of himself. I think it's him. Doesn't look nearly as deranged as he does here. Not yet, not yet. Now, there we go. Yeah, I know the staff of Naughty Dog probably completely changed. I don't know if there's anyone left there from Crash Bandicoot that's there in Uncharted, but I don't know, you know, it's kind of similar. Kind of odd how ducking for cover behind the guy with the machine gun became the focus of their games more than a decade later. Alright, the high road. It's like the road to nowhere, except tougher. They even give you 2 lives at the start because, seriously, you will need them. Could go backwards. Oh, yes, we could go backwards. I forgot about this part. Except, yeah, you could go 2, and you can step off the edge, and you realise, no, there isn't a 3rd one. I need to jump an unknown amount of distance. Not that far, maybe a bit further. Yeah, far as we can. Yep. Oh. No, hold on. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Ah, just fell off. Okay. Ah, really? So too far back? Alright. 2. And it's a not complete. There we go. I'm gonna go all the way for that last one. Then you get all these. And yeah, if you want the gem for this one, you have to do that at the start of every run, and then try and go through without dying from there. And that would be a real pain. Which is why we probably will not get the gem this time, because I'm not that good at the high road. There we go, see? Again, I would have to do that again. I'm not going to. Let's just continue. Bouncy metal is a very unusual alloy. I have no idea what it's made of. Anyway, turtles! They're useful now. Do you? Actually, I don't really need this one. I do need this one though. And this one. 2, 3. Good thing we have a shadow so we know where we're going to land. In the, oops. No, that's not the right. Yeah. In 2 and 3, he actually had they upgraded the shadow. It became a Bandicoot-shaped shadow, which was impressive. But for now, just around one. See, I could have done that before. You can just run on the edge if you accidentally put the turtle in the wrong spot or destroy the turtle. Oops. little. There we go. Okay. Please move that way. Thank you, turtle. Alrighty. And then jump on you again. Ooh. I really thought I was going to there. I thought the turtle touched me. Surprised I didn't get killed. Okay. Done. Like a dinner. I think there's something off to the right. No, there's not. That's later. That's gem platform. That leads actually quite a lot of... It's quite a long bit. We have to get quite a few boxes from a pink gem. Some sort. Alright. Checkpoint. In some ways this is a little bit easier on the road to nowhere. But in other ways it is not. Ooh. It's odd too that as soon as you're off screen TNTs explode because they go out of the rendered area, so and also sometimes things don't count if they explode in an area where you can't see them. Move forward to... Your inertia in the air is a bit tricky to get right. Alright, holding X, not holding X, and holding X again. Okay. On to the ice, yes. Very good. Alright. And thankfully, a checkpoint from the bonus around here for this trickiest part. Oh wow, metal is back. Here I thought we were going to be all boxes only from this part out. Okay. That looks like not worth getting the things down the bottom. As many apples as that would get. Wumpers, as that would get me. Yeah, not worth it. No, thank you. 52% complete. Only 52. Well, I suppose gems and things count. It's not 52% of the levels. It's 52% all up. There's a password. You can take that home and write it down. If you paused, there's no way you wrote it down that quickly. Back to the high road. Excellent. Now let's bounce on some more turtles. Tortoises. Tortoise shells. And there we have it. Not so bad. Phew. We're out. It's... Oh no. I want to run away! No, we must... Oh, look, you can see the second island from here. And then... There's the first over there. Anyway. It's time for us to go to slippery climb. Oh me, oh my. Oh, look at that dead little palm tree down there. Alright, we took the high road across, so that makes sense. Now the slippery climb. Oh man. I like the rain effects in this level. Quite well done. And the stairs that suddenly are not stairs are pretty cool. First, I'm not sure if that had already been done in Mario platforms or not. I'm sure some other 2D platforms have done it, maybe even Castlevania or something. But it was a cool thing. This hand is just weird. Just like that. On and okay. Alright, onto the fat bird. Like the sound they make. Is it an albatross? Maybe. It's pretty big. Although we're pretty small, so I don't know. It's a big bird. Whoa, whoa, oh dear. I tried to turn around midair. Not always possible. And now we start from the start. If there's one thing about slippery climb that's tough, it's the very low number of checkpoints, or very big spread in between them. Okay, discourage the thing from the dungeon from attacking us. It's good. What it is. Something that's been imprisoned in this castle. Also don't know what's with the electrified spikes out there in the rain. It seems a bit overkill. Surely we'll just fall to our deaths anyway if we drop. No, the spikes are there just to make sure. That's a bit tricky to jump in there too, so I won't bother trying to get that life. Alright. There is a checkpoint at the very far end of the left, as far as I know. And then we start turning around and going to the right again. Well, again, the first time we go to the right. 2 hands! Now 2 birds. Honk. Honk. Very good. They even honk in different keys. That's nice. Stays up, please. Okay. And we're up the hill. Climbing up. Please let there be a checkpoint soon. Oh no, it actually is a little bit further. Alright. After this bird part, and that. There might be one. Once. Now, this time. No, no. Oh no! Oh, I thought that was the time to jump. And we're back to the start. Oh man. Tempted to edit this out, but no. I think you need to experience the full excruciating journey. Or you can just fast forward a couple of minutes. Just sneeze. Oh man. Alright, I've recovered from the sneeze. It's really a good sneeze. I'm glad I got that out of the system. Yeah, licking noises. Some mucus in my mouth, I'm just trying to get it off. Alright, now I've recovered from the sneeze. We can continue. Aww. I moved right, but it moved left faster. It's good too that they introduce you. See, another good bit of gameplay design. They introduce you to the steps that become a slope in a in a safe environment where you can. See, it's only a short staircase at first, one that you can actually jump over without any worry about the sliding part. It's short enough to jump to the top of. But later they become one of the key parts of what makes this level so hard. Timing those in addition to timing them with the in-out platforms and the birds. All very complicated. Nothing else too bad. I mean, these enemies are fine. A bit unnerving. Nothing to worry about. Really cool how they bothered to put the dripping under that. Just very good. One bird, 2 birds, and a horse. Hold on up. Okay. And rise up. Wait for this. Oh. Shouldn't have waited. Now when I go up, it'll probably be flat. Yep. And my next trip up. Oh. Now my next trip, it'll probably won't be. Yeah, see, it wouldn't be up long enough. So to go on my next one. Oh, is that it? There we go. Hold on. Maybe we've... Ooh, we just made it. Okay. Now, timing this part is tricky. Out. In. If I jump on it now, that probably would be the right time. Okay. Wait, 2 more goes. This time. No. Ooh, okay, just went through the Out. On the bird. Yes, yes. Ooh, I almost fell off. Oh. That's still on the platform. Alright. Very good, very good. So many edits in the Crash Bandicoot movie. No, mine edit per checkpoint. But yeah, man, this is a tough one to get right in one go. Fast. It's done. We climb up here and continue the next part. There still hasn't been a checkpoint. There, finally we can see a checkpoint. I didn't want to bother bouncing that in case it went wrong and I fell on the spikes. Okay, the first checkpoint. We don't have to worry about so much now. It's a very long trip to the first checkpoint. Oh, and here we have this thing, which rolls in an elliptical orbit. Strange that you can see they're orbiting around here at a different speed to how it's going across. Probably another part of the challenge here. Just the way the platforms move. What do they call it? Like an epicyclic? I don't think that's the right one. Right. Now we can hear before we see our first scientist with vials enemy. It's quite a lot taller than Crash. Later ones, I'm sure, are a bit shorter in comparison. Alright. It's done with. Alright. On the steps. Onto. Ooh, yes. Right, just right. To the bird. On the platform. Oh, bugger. It's alright, it's not so bad. That's pretty bad. I wonder if they added new deaths for the Insane collection. I don't know if they would have or even if they should have. I'm just curious. I know for 2 and 3 you don't need to, because almost everything has a unique one, especially by 3, but for the first one, there's quite a few. Although, I don't know. I'm sure they probably left it alone, they probably should have. Anyway, we'll find out later. Fuck. Amateur! Come on. No. Still no. Wait, yes. On the way down. Go. Good. No! Ah, that's right. Don't jump left, jump straight up, it'll come to you. Only at that particular point in the timing, otherwise it just keeps changing. Alright. Doing terribly here. 47 lives. Didn't we come here with 64? Thereabouts. Don't jump all the way to the side. You'll never need to do a full jump this side. Just hold for a little while, then maybe you can turn around in mid. Ah, damn it! Turn around in midair. Right, up. There we go. Ah. Yeah. In a hurry here. Come on. Gotta get this done before dinner. So it's 5:43. Dinner's at 7. We'll definitely be done before then. Then I could even start editing. Not that there's much editing to do. Just gotta apply the filters and the cropping, audio restoration, a bit of Sony level adjust to make sure the black levels are good. Gotta get those inky blacks. What is this, Blu-ray.com? Nah. I don't know if anyone here reads things on Blu-ray.com. I like reading about Blu-ray releases. It's a site that only... It's weird, you can have a whole movie and they won't review anything about the movie. They'll only talk about the quality of the transfer. And I think they have some movie review section, but don't look at it. Just read about the transfer to decide what would be a good Blu-ray purchase. Some movies have lots of transfers, like The Fifth Element. There's so many. There's a recent 4K one from Sony. Got the one by a French company, not Sony. I don't know what the transfer is like in comparison. But anyway, wow, that is the most irrelevant thing I'm talking about, or close to. But yes, inky blacks, you know. You've got to get your black levels right, make things look good. That was a close catch. Alright, we get a level, we get a life, is the levels being nice. The bird's descending, bugger, 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 bugger. Why did I think it would stay out for me? Remember they just out, in, that kind of speed. Dum, 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 dum. I wonder too what sort of changes would be the levels in the Sane collection from the transition to widescreen. The new aspect ratio would make some things a little bit different. You'd have to fill in more of the background details. I suppose you can. I don't know what the new one's engine is. Is it an Unreal Engine 4 game? I don't know. So no, I saw about a year or so ago someone had made a fan remake of the first level of Crash Bandicoot in CryEngine, and that looked great. But I'll have to look it up again and see how it compares to a bugger, the Insane Collection. No, not bugger, the Insane Collection. Let's not do that. I'm looking forward to it. Looks good. From what I've seen, I've only seen Crash 1 gameplay. I haven't seen a single screenshot of Crash 2 and 3. And I want to keep it that way. I want to be surprised. Don't know if I did get it, if I'd make any videos of it, because I mean I've only got the PS4 share to record with, unless I can get the streaming thing to work. Yeah, I think I have to fiddle around with primary PS4 things. So if I can stream it to work, I could record it on my computer with NVIDIA Share, that way I could record it in 720p 60, but don't know, I'll work it out. I know I wouldn't have the 15-minute limit, so I could do something long like this. Whoa, okay. On the bird. Off the bird. No life there, just enough lumpers to get a life. Okay, come on. Out, in. Shoot, why did I jump when it was in? Why did I think it was going to come out in the time I was jumping? Ugh. Wrong, 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 wrong. Think. I know what you're thinking, viewers at home. I could play better than this. Yes, you could. Yes, you definitely could. I'm not very good at it. Unless you're a double amputee, then I might have the edge on you playing this. Although maybe there is a double amputee who's even better at playing Crash Bandicoot than anyone I've ever seen. You kind of think, how would they control it? Anyway, here we go. Oh, it was a one-time jump. Here we go. Not so bad. On the bird. Okay. I'm actually sure if holding X after the jump affects it or not. I think it does. I think it affects that. There you go, slightly. Now, do I have to go when the bird is up or when the bird is down? I'm thinking up. I don't really know. Maybe in the middle. In, out, okay. Ah, anywhere's fine for that one. Good. What? What? I didn't even see what got me. Surely it wasn't one of the hands sticking out. I was nowhere near it. Or did I jump into a spiked thing above me? Ugh. Oh well. Here we go again. I like the purple sky. Very nice. Okay, not dead, just delayed. Good. And back. It's juvenile, but the animation looks funny, alright? Oh, I slid straight onto the thing. That's good, that's good. Okay, the timing in that isn't actually very hard at all. Oh! Did I jump straight into that? I think I did. Okay. At the very bottom, and only do a quick jump at the very nadir of the hill. And next hand. This hand as well. Don't jump on it, because it might send you propelled into the deadly thing above. Alright, goodie. A bonus. Probably a mighty tough one, too. Okay. Oh, no, that's not right. Ah, no, okay, good. This one. 3, 2, 1. And I'm destroyed. What's the trick? I can't stay down unless I spun when I landed. Oh, never mind.
What have I got?
Here we go, again.
What have I got? What have I got? What have I got?
Yeah, Metata Musica, they're only a little music function company. I'm not even sure if they still do stuff. I think they do. Last time I looked them up on Wikipedia, they had some fairly recent film score credits. I sure hope they put the Crash Bandicoot games in their resume, because I don't know if the TV execs would be familiar. Or maybe nowadays they would. These games are getting older and people are not. People are. But they should put this on their resume, because I'm sure they definitely get hired to make a lot more soundtracks. They're very good. This isn't even the best one. Crash 2 and 3 have better soundtracks. I'm just babbling on. Anyway, I'm so glad I got that done. Next is Lights Out. So the Torna bonuses get you a save point. And the Cortex ones get you a key? So what do the other ones do? I don't know. I think there was something we could do backwards as well. Oh well, we'll just run on ahead. So, in here the Aku Aku masks work completely differently. It's not a case of getting 3 and then going on a rampage. You need to hit them, you know, periodically, or you'll run out of light. They dim and fade out, and then you're really in the dark. You can hardly see in front of you at all. So here you have to time your acquisition of the Aku Aku masks, otherwise, if you don't time them with the platforms arriving, and let's see, now that I haven't hopped on it, I'll probably run out of light halfway through this. Oh no, that was the and there's a different one. Evil red-eyed possums. Away they go into the hole, like lemmings. Do lemmings actually mass suicide off cliffs? It's just a myth. I don't know. I have to look into it. Uh-oh. Past the guillotine. Very good. Well, it's not quite a guillotine. It's a guillotine. It's dropped. That's just swinging. Well, it's the right shape. Oh, bum. Back here. The guillotines are a bit curved. It's usually just like an angled straight blade. I don't know what it is. All I know is, look, it's a blade on a thing. It's swinging. It's audibly sharp. Haha, TV tropes. Yeah. Why does it make a shing noise as it's swinging by? It's not dragging on the floor, is it? Or was it? Is it just so sharp? It's cutting the air and making a noise as it goes past. Yeah, there's no real reason for that. It's not hitting the floor. It's just going shing for no clear reason. Especially that one, which is above a hole. Makes no sense, but people get used to it. It's like, I thought it was funny when I hear, people are so used to that sound coming from swords being unsheathed. Even from leather sheaths that would not make such a noise. Because that's the sort of sound metal on metal makes. Yeah, that wasn't a very long level at all. It's the other one, yeah, that's lights out. Fumbling in the dark is that hidden one off to the side, which is a bit trickier. Or is it Jaws of Darkness? Jaws of Darkness is different. But yeah, you hear about it all the time. No, you don't. What am I talking about? Right. The sound of a sword going shing as it's pulled out of its scabbard. I've heard cases of where the sound effects guys were going to not use the metal on metal noise for leather sheaths, like in The Lord of the Rings. Apparently, that's what happened. They weren't going to add those sounds, but because audiences are just so used to it and they expect it, they had to add it. Or they thought they had to. I wouldn't have minded if they didn't. But it looks like we'll be stuck with that trope for kind of forever. I don't see it ever stopping. I think humanity is always going to want their swords to go shing when they're pulled out of sheaths, be they metal or leather or not. Maybe we'll get over it, or maybe it's just a trope that'll stick with us. And up. Ooh. See, here you'd expect there to be another arrow bit, but that would be very, very hard to time since you wouldn't be able to see where it's coming from. I expected that to go off, but it didn't. Okay. Well, I was expecting to jump onto the spider, but the spider vacated itself. Give us another go. Phew. Oh yeah, this is the bit where there's multitudinous platforms. I really do like this section. It's quite cool. All the platforms are here. It's not really that hard to navigate, but very cool. And these blue snakes that pop out. There's a bit pretty soon in here where you get to see one from behind. Or maybe that's only when you follow the blue gem path. And you get to see that they have a pretty cool pattern on their back. Oh, damn. I'll do it all over again. Alrighty. Fine. There's actually no need to jump on the TNT. It doesn't count anymore. We won't get the gem. It's just something I'm used to doing from all the other Crash Bandicoots. Do xylophone. Do xylophone in the dark. Don't know what I am giving lyrics to this for. No reason. That was awful. Let's continue. It's a spider. It's a jumping platform. You should call me Crash Resourceful or Resourceful Bandicoot. Who else would use a redback spider as a platform to jump from? Maybe Bear Grylls. He knows how to do those kind of things. I'll have to get that Man vs. Wild game someday. I've seen how terrible it looked. Yeah, it's for PS3. Oh, whoops. PS3. And I've heard stories from Dave. There you go. Dave, if you're watching. You're not watching, but Dave. Let's collab. Let's collab. Let's play your Man vs. Wild game, if you still have it. I don't know if you got rid of it or what. And Jet Rider. Man vs. Wild and Jet Rider. Jet Rider will be more fun. It's a walk-off section. Oh, bam. Because we know from the last time this happened, a wumper leading off the edge is a breadcrumb to... That's convenient. To another path. That's very cool. Hey, all three! New Cortex bonus round. This is probably going to be one of the very hardest bonus rounds in the game. Oh man. Okay, we can't really see that far ahead of us thanks to the 4:3 aspect ratio. That's fine. That's how it was in the day. Wish I was playing this on a CRT, but no, I'm just using my LCD TV in my room. Bugger! I got it wrong. We just went a bit too far off the jumps. It can be a bit tricky. Controls for the first Crash are a little bit clunkier than future releases. Can we come back? Oh, we can. Oh, that's right. These are falling platforms. 42. Oh, I love the Hitchhiker's Guide. Go read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy if you haven't. Right, where was I? Right here. And I could even go to the left again, but that would be pointless. But I already have. Just for you. Why did I do it for you? I don't know, you didn't even ask me to anyway. Oh no! I missed one. Great, we're gonna do all this again. Okay. Right in the middle, go. Oh, right, I did say, I'm not gonna hum the music, because it's your pet hate. Is it your pet hate? Let me know. You know, all sorts of things. If you want to. Bugger! Depth perception. Oh, no, not bugger. Depth perception. We need depth perception. Being creatures with binocular vision, it's something we should have. But it's a 3D world created in 2D, projected onto a 2D screen. It can be a bit hard at times to know how far things are away. Our only indication is the size of an object, and even that can be a bit iffy. Field of view and all that. So, cross I hop, full distance jump? No, I let go just as I saw my shadow. Oh, I jumped into a bat! Man, I didn't jump into a Batman. That would have been quite an eventful day had I jumped into a Batman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spark. Flame. It's 6:04 PM. Okay. Hey, I made it without the bat. Oh, but yeah, good thing you're invincible during that. Be weird dying during getting a bonus. Okay, more metal. Oh, it's only to lead me to a confusing thing. Okay, I assume I can break these two. Can't see above me, so yes, that was the right thing to do. These two. Oh, okay. No. I love that surf guitar. Nice. What's the top TNT going off? Not the bottom. I don't remember hearing this part of the music at all, or at least not very often. Well, that's the whole song. I very rarely hear the whole thing because most bonuses are quite short. 44. Give me a thumbs up, will you? 59%. Very good. If I don't get the thumbs up, does it not count as a save point? I don't know. Password. Don't show me the memory card. I have to wait till it's finished. Alright, there's your password. Circle, double X. Circle, square, circle, square, square. Let's keep going. Back to Jaws of Darkness. Alright, long-eared fruit bats. But you're out for blood, I tell you. They eat bandicoots alive. Oh. That's the first time one of these is closed behind me. Or, so far, no. It doesn't close behind you. It can close behind you, but it will not continue to operate if it's behind you. It's just how these work. It's quite thankful for, because, you know, for the camera's sake. It's good that they relent. Alright. Now that Jaws of Darkness is done, we can start heading up the tower, right? Yes. Whoa, that's a huge jump. I suppose there were a lot of those floaty platforms in there, which is why it constitutes such a big rise. Otherwise, I mean, what sort of level would you have for that? There could be some sort of level in the middle here where we jump up the rocks or something. Like another slippery climb if it's still raining, I don't know. Castle machinery. Radio. Not to be confused with heavy machinery. Ah, yes, this is the one where there's a great deal of lives up there. You can't get to them. Not without that green gem. I don't know which level has the green gem. They've certainly streamlined all this confusing nonsense about coloured gems in the second and third games, where there were only 6. What's it? Red, green, yellow, purple, blue, yeah. 5. Red, green, yellow, purple, blue. That's 5, not 6. But, oh, right, it's down here, obviously. Obviously, that's a new word. Don't know where the D even came from. Also don't know about these pipes. It's a 3D model of a pipe. It's only the dripping is a 2D texture. Interesting. They look good. They're good looking pipes. You can probably count the polygons and then 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. It's not a circle, it's actually a dodecagon. But let's just say this. I think. Oh, I don't want to stand here and recount the sides. Hop off here before it's too late. That would have really set me alight. Alright.
What have I got?
Move the camera. That's not really much of an enemy. It's not supposed to be. It's just here to take video. The video feed from these bouncing cameras, especially that one, what use of that? Is it actually a camera or is it something else? Because, damn, if it's just constantly zooming in and out and going rapidly moving back and forth, looking up at a conveyor belt, that mustn't be giving a very helpful video feed to anybody. Maybe they were ordinary slow-moving camera robots, but they got out of control. That's why they started moving half out the sea. And now we have to move into the foreground. Isn't that odd? Alright. Back into the background. Just so you know, it's not a 2D level. It sort of is, but it's still... Whoops. Oh, that should have been fine. I shouldn't have jumped on this team. Could have waited a bit longer. Leap of faith, I guess. That's right. Straight up. Whee! Great fun. And down. Leap of faith. I'm stuck on something. Alright. Ha! Yeah, not so fun, this one. You don't want to jump into that. I mean, I could show you what happened. No, I'd rather not. I also don't know if you can walk onto them. No, I think they immediately launch you. You can't even walk onto them. Oh, for crying out loud. Yes, I just fell off the edge. Not intentional, I was just trying to go up the stairs. You wouldn't think that would be a risk, but it happened. Okay. Now, for these pipes to be glowing red hot, that must be incredibly hot steam. Like, for metal, you know, assuming they're, say, steel pipes, if they're glowing red, that's 800 degrees at least, isn't it? That's pretty hot. Yeah, not burnt this time. There we go. Over. So your sole purpose was to hop across hot pipes until you were killed. Imagine that as a revelation, you know. You wouldn't be very happy. If those things even feel emotions, I don't know. There's also the mystery of how long does it have to be until the apple can of a box, the Wumpa can of a box, is reduced. If you're away from them for a little while, they break in 1 hit instead of 10, and sometimes it's 3 hits, and it's all very confusing. Careful now. There we go. We didn't fall off the edge. Good. Alright. And if they were mean, this was, I don't know, Kaizo Bandicoot, there'd be some deadly trap straight up here. I swear some of those bonuses feel like it must be some sort of Kaizo Bandicoot. Anyway, we've got it. Checkpoint. Conveyor belts are good fun. Ooh, lives. How do we go about this one? Oh, worth it. Still quite worth it because we got more than we lost. We have 81, but we could... No, we can't really go back. Not enough room to jump back to the right again. Yeah. Okay, I don't know why there's just nothing off to the edge of the right here. That's a bit odd. You'd think the texture would continue further, but I guess they need to let you know that you've reached the right edge. It's still a bit odd how it just goes in the darkness. I don't know what they'll do about that. The remastered one. Curious. I probably won't remember to look at that specific wall, but I'm just interested to see how it... Oh. It was seriously hot steam. No wonder the pipes are glowing red. It was red enough... hot enough to actually burn me to a crisp in seconds. Less. Instantaneously, practically. Alright. Just chilling. And backflip. He always jumps the same. What? Damn. Alright, come on, do this properly. Concentrate, focus, think, all the things you need to do. Readjust your body position. Now it's much more comfortable. Feet are warm, my armpits, I can just smell them now. I must have moved in the wrong way. Some odours moved too. It's weird, apparently your nose, you can only smell things. Oops, sorry, fix the mic there. You can only actually smell when a particle is within like, a very short distance of your nose. It has to be within micrometers, nanometers perhaps even. Like the particles actually have to be touching a certain membrane in your nose somewhere. Yeah, I have to wait for that again. So it's not like you can smell, sure you can smell things that are far away, but only because the particles have reached your nose. And so the dog's sense of smell, it's not that it can smell particles that are further away, it's that it can smell particles that are much lower parts per million than we can. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's easy enough. Simple pattern, that's good. Hoo. Not these. Okay, oh, and an enemy. Alright. Oh, just me. Ooh, and we're back almost where we started. Yeah, there we go. Castle machinery is dealt with. The next level is... Nitrus Brio. Or N Brio. It's a strange name. Or is it Nitrus? No, never mind. Anyway, he mixes his potions. And what does he do? He threatens to clap them together if you get too close, which would cause an explosion. And he already has. Anyway, you run over here. He throws one. It's a gel-like glob. It bounces around, and you can punch it. Either when it's stopped bouncing or when it's not. One blob, one explosion. 2 blobs now. Punch the blobs. Yeah, don't get too close. He doesn't like that. 2 blobs, 3 explosions, then 3 blobs. And then 5 explosions. 6 explosions, I mean. And now this part, which really freaked me out when I was a kid. I was just terrified, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh no, he's a huge monster, but actually this part's very simple. You just jump onto this conveniently found part of the ceiling. Jump into his head a few times. There you go, nothing to it. Oh, not much, at least. Back to the map, and now it's the lab. Ooh, the last level. The last second last before the boss, I suppose. The last one that's a real thing. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. I like this one. It is a cruel one sometimes. I always thought this is odd how these things kind of look like lips. But they're just electrodes, I guess. But cool how they let you have control of operating the doors and floors. So the timing is really up to you to decide. It's not waiting for the game. I mean, part of it is you have to wait for electricity to be safe to cross, and then hit the floor and jump. And obviously, I waited wrong time, completely the wrong time. I should have hit the floor while that electric part was finishing, not any other time. This oscilloscope's doing things that are completely mad. It's just crazy. This one on the right's kind of bent. I don't know if that's from the perspective. See the 3 gauges sort of bend. Yeah, that's just how it is. Alright. I always feel safer in there. I tend to jump when I'm going across these. That was the wrong time. I didn't realise it too late. I wasn't thinking what I'm doing. Alright, come on, let's do this properly now, shall we? In the middle, right, both. Zap, zap, hit this. Go there, that wasn't so hard. Ah, and now a blob. Now, this is where the game gets really mean. Don't spin these because... Oh, my mistake. This one you do spin. But I learnt never to trust them thanks to this next one. Which is the TNT underneath. Alright. Take a life and continue. What's the bonus going to be like here? Well, the hardest bonus of the game, I suppose. The hardest Torna bonus. Right, don't go for all the blocks. Oh, wait, what? That was so simple. That's really it. Oh, thanks, Torna. I suppose it's helpful to have a save point. A really easy to get to save point here. You know, this time I have got a spare block. I might just put this one here. What's this Crash Bandicoot 2 save doing here? I don't know. I don't remember starting one. I'll probably clear that. Anyway, I'll save one in this empty spot here. Because I'll keep this for later. Maybe. Don't know. We'll see. Oh, I didn't show you the password. Ah, well. Sorry. It would have been a helpful password to have too. That's right, it's common information. It's, yeah, you can look it up. It's been on the internet for 20 years. Probably not. I don't know. Was GameFAQs around in 1996? I know it definitely was by 99, but I don't know about... Okay. He's got issues. Ah, I thought I had the right timing. I like too that when you hit them, I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, but it sounds a lot like the Nutrigrain or Howie scream. I think, yeah. When you knock them back, but when they fall off, they do that. I think it's called the Howie scream, but I remember it mainly from yeah, edgy, hardcore Nutrigrain commercials from the early 2000s. Yeah, you'll hear it now. This is great. Great noise. I mean, the other famous scream is, of course, the Wilhelm, but oh, I get so sick of that. And I get it's an inside joke in the sound effects business to include it, but man, we've heard it in almost every action movie made in the last 40 years. It's a bit much. Anyway, we're pretty close to the end now. Swap it in. But yeah, other sound effects. You hear a lot about the Wilhelm scream, but there's other sound effects I swear I've heard in everything, you know. Maybe I just have a good ear for identifying a sound effect once I've heard it a few times. Like there's a noise of something being smashed that you hear in the original Driver. When a car accident, but I'm sure I've heard it in dozens of chase movies before. It's another one that's just like a generic pottery smash. I've heard in dozens of games and movies. And even a train noise. There's a noise of like a train on the tracks that I'm pretty sure I heard in The Godfather. Maybe it wasn't The Godfather Part 2, I don't know. One of them where there's a train, and but I swear I've heard that very same loop of a train noise, a train on tracks, dozens of other things. I don't know, just get to know these stock sound effects. I'd like to have access to these sound effects, to do stuff with them, but it's hard to search for them. I guess I just search for, I don't know, train sound effects and keep listening till I find them. But anyway, that's very irrelevant. Let's get back on topic. This is Crash Bandicoot. And looking forward to trying the remake. Oh, I didn't move quite far forward enough. A little bit too slow. Okay. What is this thing? It's a stone thing with a candle that also has a foot. I don't really know what that is. Looks quite a bit like, well, besides all the big spiked things, but this stone castle does remind me a bit of the set from Frankenstein. I suppose every evil genius lair has been inspired by Frankenstein at least a bit, or most of them at least. Zap, zap, zap. You zap, hit you. He zaps again, hit him again. Zaps again, hit him again. You'll be missed. Maybe. Ah, this time we have to operate the floor and the door. The door's on the right and the floor. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be a bit frustrating. This blob is not... Oh, I thought the blob was unkillable. Isn't. Thankfully, the game had mercy and didn't spawn another blob. I was that close. 40 lives, we still have so many. Don't need that many for the final boss. Oh, I forgot the floor move! Oh, we're all the way back here. Oh, I should have thought about that. Of course the floor was going to move. All of these wooden floors did the same thing. That's alright, we'll get through here pretty quick. Once, he zaps, hit him twice, he zaps, hit him thrice. He's gone. Corn, oats, wheat. Whoa, 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 whoa! Tried to turn around midair. Doesn't always work, so you can... Yeah, you can't actually get as far back as you do forward. Which makes sense. Nobody can jump forwards and then move the same amount backwards in midair. Only a minuscule amount. Ah, you really? I suppose whenever he's glowing white, it's not just whenever you can see the electricity on him. Oh, I tried to turn around again. Couldn't. I like the mohawk. Alright. Oops, wrong timing. Wait for it. So I was reading something about the upcoming remaster for Crash, and it was on a board somewhere, or maybe a news site, but I was reading the comments. I know you probably shouldn't, because comments sections of articles and are often just filled with rubbish, but I'm surprised that the whole Crash series was getting a massive amount of hate from these people. I don't know if everyone there just preferred Mario 64, but it seemed like that in the comments. So. But yeah, everyone was just going on to saying like, no, Crash Bandicoot's nothing. It was just a good tech demo in its day. But you're blinded by nostalgia if you like it, and Gex is superior. That's a bit harsh and a bit weird. I just thought it was odd because I'd heard of so many people who loved the Crash Bandicoot series over the years. I'm sure a lot of us grew up with it. We might be quite biased, towards it from having known it so long. But it just really surprised me to hear that much negativity about the game, as if people were acting like it was never anything special and that it was never good. I think these games are quite good. The first one, yeah, maybe it is a bit more of a tech demo. It's still a fun platformer I enjoy playing. The sequels are much better, but still, I'm just surprised to hear that kind of hate for it. Really? Alright. You can either knock him back once and then advance towards straight away, and wait till as soon as he becomes not invincible, hit him again. But it's probably a better idea to take it a bit slower. Yeah, 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. So I'll let him hit him once, let him shock again, then hit him. Shocking, shocky again. No, I'll just wait till the first shock goes off. That's much simpler. Oh no, for this one I'll let it. Okay, well, here we go. Just so I wasn't too close to the edge when I spin. Guess I'll fall off too. Woof! Okay. It's the blob. Blob. Yeah, but I thought I spun that time. Was spinning, it just wasn't working. Okay. We were so close before, but now we're taking so long to do the same thing. I can't hide here. That's better. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Zap, hit you. Zap again, hit you. Zap again, hit you. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. I don't know why I was making it hard for myself before. Okay, right box first. Hit this. Oh, you bloody blob. Making me hate flubber. I don't usually. Yeah, I wasn't thinking there. It's funny that these agents, and the fact that the boss is called Neo, and this was before the Matrix, a few years before. Just odd, they just tend to look kind of similar. I just thought it was a funny coincidence. Can you just dodge the blobs? Totally can. And when you spin them, you seem to be knocked back if they're on the floor. They're invincible on the floor, only in the air they damaged. Okay. Jump and spin, you're safe then. Okay. Ooh. Hey, they finally stopped the blobs. Okay, good. Go. I was expecting some floor, but there wasn't any. Alright, what this time? Open the door. Ah, that's right. That's why it's tricky. Zap, zap, zap. Open the door. No, the floor's not there. No, 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 no. Oh, man. Burnt by the... This is the tricky part of a lab. Now we know. That's why it was hard, because of that last challenge there. So you can't see what's behind the door for timing purposes. So it needs quite a bit of trial and error before I get it right. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to get that close. Just trying to get a bit further away. Oh dear. There's going to be some boring minutes since I've decided not to edit them out. Or did I? Oh, decisions. I don't want to have 2 versions. It would take so long to render. It wouldn't be worth it. Maybe want to have a stronger CPU. But at the moment, since it takes twice as long to render as it does to watch the video. Ah, I thought they were done. Okay, fine. We use all our 27 lives on this bloody last checkpoint and the journey to it. Actually, I think that last really challenging door is the last thing. If not, there might be one more afterwards. But there's not 2 more, and I timed the agent wrong. Buzz, buzz, buzz. He zaps. Move away! I was hoping I could wait for him to stop zapping, but he got too close. I'm gonna have to wait for another cycle before I don't know. Zap, zap, zap. He shocks. Zap, zap, zap. During his shock, now it's fine. No, it's not. He's still glowing white after the body zaps. How did it do it so easily before, and then get it so wrong, and then figure it out and get it right, and then start doing it terribly again? Unbelievable. No, you stupid idiot. One, 2, 3, go. No, wait, no. You go while it's going. Alright, we hit him just before he was about to shock. Good, good, good. Now this time let's actually get the whole thing right. The flubber section too. Right door, left platform. Okay, the flubber comes. We dodge the flubber while jumping and spinning. I should have advanced for it too. Oh, and I jumped into the stupid burning electrode. Alright. That's very upsetting. Okay, in the door. TNT. Unbelievable. I hope we make it with these 20 lives. It really shouldn't take any more than another 3, but in fact, it shouldn't have taken the last 15 I think we have used here. Quite a lot. I guess that's what we've been saving up all the lives this whole time during the game for, just for this last lap. Oh, that was definitely the wrong time. The lab isn't that hard, come on. Now, yes. Zap, zap, zap. We're advancing. One more flubber. Okay. Don't worry, be happy. It's a little song I wrote. Something antidote. Don't worry. I don't know. That song's got a strange video. Okay, what comes next? That would have been the right time. Have a look at it. Closed. Open. Closed. Open. Closed. Open. Closed. Yes. Oh, yes! Oh, it's just... that was so close. So good. Okay. Ah, no rest for the wicked. Far out. No. Takes too long for the door to open. You have to do it while it's zapping as soon as it starts. Zap, zap, zap. And now we're safe to cross. Okay. That's the deserved sigh that we just did that I started describing before it happened. Okay. But did you know After the Lab is actually really the toughest level of this whole game? The Great Hall. And you were not ready for this. There we go, we're done. But if you have all the gems, then you can hop along the sides, and it's an alternate ending. And anyway, We made it all this way. It's 6:39. I've got 20 minutes to beat the boss. That shouldn't take too long. How many lives have I got? 20-ish? That's fine. Cortex isn't even that hard. It's a bit tricky.
Done, you Crash Bandicoot.
Kind of a flawed plan, shooting back projectiles that some which can't and some which can be hit back. Oh, these blue ones are a good idea. Two... Oh, need the other one combined with the first one. Oh, really? I didn't time that right. Okay. It's good that they give you 2 masks from the start of this. Makes it a bit nicer. Pink, pink, green. That one's easy. Next we have pink, blue, and then blue. No, pink, blue, blue. That's right. Pink, blue, blue. Or pink, no, whatever. It doesn't matter. You get 2 green, and that's enough. Third one, probably the most difficult. Pink, blue, blue, pink. Then green, and then you have to do it 2 more times. And then they start waving up and down. Stupid sine wave nonsense, I don't have time for that. Ah, yeah, finally. Alright. This is actually the one where it goes really high speed, isn't it? Yep. But it's not that hard. Not like dodging the blue things. Still make mistakes. Third one's still the hardest. Can I fall off the front? I can. That's great. Darn you, Crash Bandicoot. Could just hit him now, but you can't actually. Really cool how they have the whole burning place in the background. That's very cool. But you don't have time to look at that because you're too busy looking at the colours of the projectiles, so you know what you're doing. Also, how are you supposed to know that green ones can be hit back? Is that especially intuitive that the green thing is safe? I suppose it's not too dissimilar to the Koala Kong fight. Alright. The wavy ones. Another one, and another one. Thank you for giving me 2 in a row. Alright, now the high speed section. We've still got 1 Aquaca, we should be okay. Just run right to left while jumping. But you have to keep going. 2 of them. Oh, that's all you need. And then this last one. They give you an easy one, just for fun. How nice of them. And at the bottom of that fall, he changed voice actors. Since that's where Crash Bandicoot 2 starts, with him falling. And there we go. Wow. You realise now how oddly proportioned the 2 are. Now Crash Bandicoot's all head, and she's more humanoid. Kind of strange. There you go. That's the end of that. What a tiny blimp. And so they somehow made it from the top into the inside of the blimp and flew it away. Naughty Dog, Andy Gavin, Jason Rubin, those are the 2 main heads of Naughty Dog, and I suppose the rest of the whole game was just made by those 7 people. Mark Cerny, executive producer, later lead architect of the PS4. Published by Appearance in America, and yeah, Connie Booth, not that same Connie Booth that's not from Faulty Towers, not that Connie Booth. Alright, there were some testers. This is a short credits. These games had smaller teams back then. You know, compare this to what... what's the current record holder? Doesn't Grand Theft Auto 5 have some ridiculously long credits? Because there were like 1,000 people to credits, and... I don't know, because there's so many assets nowadays. You know, word I'm looking for. Export, no, not exported. Yes, soundtrack, Tana Mazika, Mark Mothersbaugh, Josh Mansell. So it probably was both of them, I don't know, but I've only seen things on Josh Mansell's SoundCloud for all the soundtracks, so I assume he wrote them all, and all of the Jack and Daxter as well. Then, in good old video game fashion, you go straight from the ending, back to the title screen. There you go, some nice little bookends here. We started and we end at the same screen. We're done now. That's Crash Bandicoot. That was the whole game. Well, except for all the tough parts where you have to, you know, go back and get all the gems and stuff, but we're not doing that. Anyway, that's Crash Bandicoot for you. SnakeOfBacon, signing out. Oh, but before I do, I remember this little demo. He spins the TNT, doesn't he? Oh no, yes he does. He jumps forward and backwards.
What have I got?
And then he spins the TNT. No, I'm sure I remembered one spinning the TNT. He falls in the hole twice and then he gets killed by a skunk, or does he spin the TNT? Yes, that's right. His last life, the demo ends. It's a very short attract screen demo. Anyway, now we're really done. SnakeOfBacon, signing out. Yeah, way off the rhythm. Alright, that's over now. As soon as the music finishes its loop. And bam! Wait, hold on. I just remembered. Wave Race! That's the thing I was trying to think of so long ago. Wave Race 64. That was the game with the water.